Hi, everybody, and welcome to the post-credit show.
Welcome. It's not.
We got it out of our system. We're good.
Yeah,
It's not weird at all.
We're not talking about weird stuff at all.
Welcome.
We're talking about
We're
games we've
not
played,
weird
movies
at all.
we've watched, and other sort of nerd stuff we've done.
Thank
I'm
you.
Nick.
I'm Tony.
Chris.
Welcome.
I'm Brian.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Gentlemen. Long time no
See, there's our introduction, and then we're gonna die off.
Oh. Pew 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 pew. Dead.
Just gonna drink my coffee.
Welcome.
If you're
How's it going, guys?
wondering what we're referencing,
Good.
go back to the other
Good.
show.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah, go watch the newscast after you're done the post-credit
See?
show.
Or watch it at the same time.
Connecting.
Watch it at the same
Multitasking.
time.
You're in a connected universe.
Where the barrel rolls.
barrel rolls.
Barrel News Network
Yeah.
Universe.
The
BrNN.
BRNCU?
Sure.
BRN.
Our acronym's already hard enough to figure out.
Cinematic
BRNN.
Universe. So,
So
BRNCU.
remember when
Are we doing BRN?
the other universe
or
in the other movie
Barrel
where
News
we
Network? Or just Barrel News? Because we can't
No,
just do
because the
Barrel
news.
No.
So I've been playing.
let's get this party started. What did you play, guys?
Okay, I'm going to start with what I watched.
Okay.
Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Lin-Manuel Miranda was on
so behind.
an episode,
I'm
so he
behind.
played Amy's brother. He is the guy who wrote and did Hamilton, the biggest Broadway show on right now. He also wrote
Moana?
a bunch of songs for Moana and Frozen.
He's out there.
He's
knows.
big right now. He's
Hamilton's
in Mary
coming
Poppins.
down.
I know
Hamilton's coming down.
Like
What
next
songs
season.
did he write?
The one for The
Moana?
Rock.
Okay, that's why I like
Specifically.
this guy.
Yeah.
It's a good song.
Specifically, he's like, I had to write a song for The Rock. Do you know how hard that
That
is?
But it worked.
And he did
But
it.
that's why, because he wrote it. Either way,
He's a musical guy.
He's a very musical guy. He plays the over because Amy has 7 brothers, and they are.
This was never said before.
They have said
In the
It's-
first episode,
She
she
mentioned-
has a bunch of brothers. That's why she's super competitive.
I thought. Yeah, okay.
They've
they
never
might-
had the brothers show up though, so this is the first one, and he is like the best of the best.
Of course he is.
So he's also a cop,
Oh, neat.
Okay.
and he's like that one step ahead of her all the
the
time.
time.
So the whole story, the basic premise of the show is his picture's on the mantelpiece at like their parents' house.
Yeah.
Amy's is on the piano with like 2 of her other brothers, and everybody else is on the stairs, and you're aiming to get your picture to the
the
mantel.
That'd be a cool thing to make your kids like compete for. Actually.
Well, so
the
that-
number one
that's-
spot.
Yeah, so
Get there.
that's the piece is they're going for dinner with the mom, and she's like, oh, my brother's coming, and it's like, ah! And then things happen with the brother that Amy and her have to help with. And then the sub-story to this episode is Boyle has a perp in holding that they're trying to like trick into giving them the name of a supplier. So he's hosting auditions as to who's going to like go in. So Holt and Terry are up against each other for the role.
All right.
And he's now taken it upon himself as like Boyle's now a director.
Of course he would.
Yeah, like he
I
really
love
gets
Boyle.
into it like
Yeah,
Boyle
he
does.
does, yeah.
I feel like he would have a costume for that.
No costume.
Really?
No.
I'm surprised.
There were costumes for the other people,
Yep. All right. Seems.
Boyle.
but he is
Checks
holding
out.
auditions, and
Checks
it's
out.
legitimately like this.
It
you
checks
know.
out.
He's Boyle.
Yeah, he's Boyle. I did this on purpose to, teach you a lesson about humility and this and that, to certain people, and you're just like, Boyle, stop.
Yep. Checks out.
So, good episode, cool guest starring type thing.
Did he sing in this?
No, there was no singing.
That's
They
fine.
did not pull that off. The last episode of Brooklyn Nine-Nine, I'm not sure if I talked about the last time,
said
but
it
they
was
did
pretty
their Me
heavy-
Too episode.
Yeah.
So,
Gotta watch it.
again, once done well. I also watched a YouTube show, because you can watch all the YouTube, the first episode.
Oh, the Cobra Kai one?
No,
Or-
I watched one called Weird City. It is by Jordan Peele of Key and Peele.
Is
it the same one that did Get Out?
Get Out?
Get Out,
Yes.
and that new one that's coming out that
Us.
looks absolutely terrifying.
Oh my god, I saw the
Absolutely.
trailer
Is
for
that
that.
the Us?
Yes.
Oh my god, that looks terrifying. You're right.
Legitimately, I don't like. You watch Key and Peele together,
They're
and you're like,
hilarious.
and then you just see Jordan Peele's name on something now, and I'm scared.
Yeah, just like
I haven't seen Get Out yet, is it?
I haven't seen it.
I wanna
It's
see it,
not
but it's
scary, but it's
thrilling.
really
It's
It's
mind
mind-
kind of.
good. Yes.
Yeah, then that's what this
Literally.
new one looks like. Is like, but again,
Us.
That one where all of a sudden, that family's got like a
Who are
duplicate
they?
version of themselves.
Who are they?
But either way, like there's that one scene where you see like the one person like kind of following them, and you're just like, oh, they did the creepy movement.
Yeah, I
thing.
don't like the creepy movement.
Do it.
Well, I like it
this
as
is
like
a
a
movie.
horror thing.
I
Like,
like
I
it.
love it, but it disturbs me.
So it's like Mother.
yes.
That short
Yes.
film.
Oh.
Man.
But
that's
legitimately,
great.
like, and then it's like a film by Jordan Peele, and I'm like, what is wrong with him? And he's married to Chelsea Peretti of Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Oh,
I can see that.
really?
They're married, and it's like, he comes from funny. What is going on? Either way,
He needs the funny to keep
this
him in
is
check.
this is
balance.
He needs
This is his other outlet. This show is kind of his version of a Black Mirror thing, though. So I'm not sure if every episode's connected. I'm not sure if it all takes place in this world.
Oh, but you need
or if it's an
YouTube,
anthology
whatever.
thing. I don't know episode 2 because I can't
he's
well
doing,
watch it.
Isn't he doing
He's in Toy Story 4.
No, he's doing that sci-fi show, Not Weird City.
This one is sci-fi.
No,
for
it was
YouTube.
old movie. It was I think Twilight Zone.
Oh
yeah.
He is doing
It's a
Twilight
reboot,
Zone.
right?
He'll be good at that.
He'll be really good.
He's the host and he's also directing.
He'll be good at that.
I'm looking forward to that.
That's okay.
actually.
Now I remember seeing the trailer.
Twilight Zone is one of those shows you can bring back without anybody really being like
No, yeah.
mad about it. It's
No,
like
it's an anthology series.
Yeah.
but it's like
But it's like, it's like
oh, why
Black
can't I
Mirror.
think about it? That one on the ship where they watch the old B movies and make fun of them.
Weird Science or Mystery
No,
Science Theater.
Mystery Science Theater. That one
I
they
don't
brought
remember.
back and people are like, yay! Like it's Patton Oswalt and
Felicia Day.
Felicia Day, and you're just like, oh, they're fun. And again, it's
Yeah,
legitimately
it
just
doesn't-
a. No one cares because
You have-
it's the same show.
You have Jordan Peele doing Twilight Zone.
Zone.
Yeah.
I'm totally into that.
I
Yeah.
would watch that.
Either way, this show
But yeah, but the thing is, you
is-
need YouTube Red. I'm like, I don't
want
want to.
It's not YouTube Red anymore, yo. It's just
YouTube
YouTube Premium.
which is
Because
basically the
RedTube is
same
another
thing.
thing that I think people were
Eh,
not wanting to associate with.
No.
Hmm.
No.
I'm looking for the tube red, the red tube, the.
Yeah,
the-
yeah.
Oh no! This is not Cobra Kai. I almost got it because Game Grumps had a show. Like
A ton of people are on YouTube.
But
now.
YouTube gave them an actual serialized show,
And then yes, Cobra
and they got canceled. Cobra Kai's on there, so I'm like,
And
okay.
back for
And
season
then
2.
back for another season. This show's on there, and I was like, but the Game Grumps show already got canceled. So I'm like, well, that's one out. Cobra Kai, I'm like, I could probably find that if I looked hard enough. And this show, like this one almost tilted me, but it's essentially in the future, in this city, there is a line, and on one side of the line are the poor people who
Okay.
still live like we do. And on the other side is the super futuristic city. And legitimately, they call it the line, and you are either from one side of the line or the other.
Okay, I see.
Like
I smell a Cinderella story coming here.
Well, no. So there's the one character, and he was from below the line, and his mom developed an app, and it was an app that would delete apps that you didn't need anymore.
Handy.
And they got rich and they moved above the line. If you were born above the line, you pretty much they mate you from birth.
Yeah.
Like they have the science
okay.
now to be like, here is your perfect mate.
Your match.
Yeah, like you will match perfectly
It's
with
an
this
app.
person.
Okay.
And the apps are all like, built in at this point.
Okay.
Yep.
So either way, he can't, and like he's running at the beginning, and he runs past this restaurant, and it's called You Must Eat Here. And as a person who lives above the line, he legitimately, thank you,
Thank you,
Welcome.
Kevin Spurs.
Kevin Spurs, legitimately, it's not a doorbell, guys.
But it could be.
My puppy.
Legitimately, he runs by this place, and they're like, as a person who lives above the line, you must eat here at least once this month.
Interesting.
Because that's how society's
Society
going.
works.
That kind of thing. And then he reaches the bar, and they're like, he's always late as he's drinking a lager, like from a bottle, instead of, like, that was one of the jokes, was like the other guys are drinking their, fancy
beers.
craft beers.
Yeah.
And
high
and then well, from whatever, and then the lady's like, well, I did find this one like way in the back, because it's a bottle of just like Pilsner. Yeah, and he's like, oh, good, you got some, like awesome. And then they're like, has the dating thing worked out? Because he was born below the line, and he didn't make it above the line until he was over 18. He has to actually date to find a mate.
Okay.
Okay.
So this show revolves around there's a science lab that will ask you questions and do some stuff, and they'll find you a match.
That sounds like a lot like an episode from the newest
Black Mirror.
Yeah, the newest
Yeah.
Black Mirror.
Yeah.
There's literally an episode about that.
So this one is legitimately LeVar Burton is a scientist who has developed this thing, and he ends up getting matched with a like retired car salesman guy,
Science.
and they're like, "Oh, it's a shame it didn't work out." And it's like, yeah, like that's weird that it matched us, and then the episode progresses from there as to like, did it actually make a mistake?
See, there's an episode in Black Mirror that does exactly that. Very, very, very similar.
Yeah.
Where everyone's got this little dating app.
Yeah.
On their, it's not on their phone, but it's like
It's
a,
like a
circle.
circular.
And then so you each press the button, and it tells you how many days you guys are going to be together in this
Oh, yeah.
relationship. And either it goes like 3 months, 3 years,
Sure.
3
10 years,
hours.
3 hours. It's like a one night fling.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's basically all around that dating scene.
Yeah.
The ending for that episode, it's probably my favorite ending of the entire season because it's one of those like heartwarming. Like,
Oh,
yeah, it's
yes.
one of those like, oh, that's super cute that they ended a really dismal episode that way.
And this one is more of a like that's where it gets away from the Black Mirror. So it is that there's the dystopian type future. There's the technology that's running lives. The other piece to this one is I'm not sure if they're aiming for like the darker side of Black Mirror, where it's like, oh no, bad things are happening.
It's like it's happening now. It's now life.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
This show's legitimately. I think it's more just going to be stories from this weird distant future that's like got these two things going on. And again, I have no idea what season or episode 2 is like because
I'll
I
have to look into
refuse
that.
pay them money.
We're big fans of the anthology series kind of stuff
Yeah.
that Black Mirror.
So this
does,
was a cute enough episode. It had some actual actors in it, and it's like, oh, cool,
nice,
cool.
nice.
But yeah, kind of a weird way to think about that kind of, legitimate. And like,
Watch
you
more
can
Black
see
Mirror.
you can see Jordan Peele's comedy kind of piece come out in this one because it's like they're talking about the line. Like it's a figurative, like, oh, there's a line that separates the rich from the poor. No, literally, there's a line, and they call it the line.
The line.
They should get Jordan Peele to do some
Black
Black Mirror
Mirror.
stuff. I think
I think that's going to be your Twilight Zones.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
that's true.
he might be busy with that then.
Played some Anthem.
And
Not
then-
a lot.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we did.
I'll wait.
Flying around, shooting things, blowing stuff up, going through
Catching
stuff.
me up a bit.
Catching you up. That is the nice piece about the game is we can go ahead, but still when he has missions, we can complete them with him, which is good.
Yes.
And it's not
We
like
didn't
we're
do
over,
much.
and it's not like we're overpowered.
No.
Seems like it.
But I
I
didn't
guess
have
that one time
problems
when we were
with.
trying to get him to do combos and we just kind of accidentally killed everything.
Well, we didn't know how to do the combos.
Yeah.
Well, that's the problem. We didn't know how
We
to
didn't
do
know how to
them.
do it.
You
Well,
just kept like napalming everything, and I'm like, I'll poison them because it doesn't do damage. And Brian's just like, fire.
Fire! Fire!
And it's like, Brian, stop hitting them.
I was like, I'll just stand here. And people were shooting like ding ding.
We did do that for a bit where I had to revive some you
Yeah, I just
Oh,
I
yeah.
just died.
in front of a
That
turret.
turret.
But I think it does. It kind of tries to scale everybody to the appropriate thing. Like that
Yeah.
turret's going to do 10% damage whether it hits me or him because we're in the same party sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it does try to evenly match things off,
It
which
does
is
a good
nice.
job, yeah.
Yeah. We hit a story part in the thing that was pretty easy to see coming.
Yes.
So
Not exactly writing chops showing off quite yet.
there's parts of it that are, and there's parts of it like there's relationships in this game that I'm invested in.
yeah, the world, the environment, the characters are still like...
The one character like where something does happen, I'm like, oh, I can see it coming, but I still really enjoy how we got
yeah.
there. So the twist is very obvious. The character himself
yeah.
is
Yeah.
good.
I like the
So it's a he.
relationships between the characters.
We got
Is it?
We got
He
this.
said himself.
We
Yeah,
got-
but is it someone who like was a she and is now a he?
Or
That could be a
maybe-
pretty
There's no
emotional
characters
story.
like that in there.
You
Are
don't
you
know.
Don't
sure?
assume don't assume their gender.
You can assume most of the genders in the game.
Don't assume their gender.
They did actually release a tweet with all the voice actors and motion cap people.
Oh, is that
They're
how they
filming,
do it?
Yeah, they're filming new scenes.
Oh, okay.
Well, yeah, I imagine there's post content.
It is very beautiful. Like that game, like just graphics wise, it's just.
Oh yeah,
beautiful.
legitimately now, when you
Oh.
see people talking in most video games, there's a person,
Yeah.
whether it's the actor or not, who's sitting there.
Doing the motion.
And
capture.
then I went to the park.
Yeah, and they're
doing
really
the motion.
announcing. Yeah.
Well, it depends on the character,
Yeah.
but they got all the dots on, and that. So yeah, no one's actually sitting there anymore, going like, "Okay, mouth opens."
Yeah,
mouth
Yeah, that
closes,
actually is
mouth
way
opens,
more.
mouth closes.
That's a
a
bad use
lot of
time.
work.
That's yeah. Now they can just hit a button and record someone actually going like,
since
"I
I was-
shall drink this coffee."
and then it just digitally captures that.
And
which is
digitally
awesome.
captures it, and then
Gotta
you
put some
have
dots on the coffee too.
yeah, and then you have
Dots
someone
on it.
like
You don't need dots on the coffee cup.
Sure you do.
No, you don't. You just have a prop.
Yeah. The music's great as in that. In that. What was
Cool.
I comparing it to? I was comparing it to Pacific Rim music, almost like.
yeah. And here's the problem: is one of the bugs in the game right now is
Yeah.
the music doesn't always play.
Oh.
I don't really
Oh yeah,
notice
because
it.
remember there were times where I was
Yeah,
like,
you're
"Oh,
like,
this
the
music's
music's so
great." And you're
nice, and I'm like, what
music? But it felt so
it's-
epic sometimes. Like sometimes I would just fly and drop in, and that music would just start at the right time, and I'd be like, "Bam!" on all these like enemies, and
I
it just
don't
felt
really pay
super
attention
epic.
to the music, so I don't know.
It just felt epic.
I'm a big music person, so hopefully that bug gets fixed.
Yeah.
'Cause
I got other bugs to fix first.
No, the music's a pretty big one. It kind of sells a game for me a lot of
Yeah.
times.
Music
This one-
always hits my emotional
You're
points.
saying
Like,
the
I
crashing
love-
one doesn't.
I think when
No, because my thing hasn't crashed, so I have no issues.
I think one of the big ones, big times music was huge for me was Fallout 3.
Yes.
When you first open the door out of the vault.
Yes.
It's just like
You're
holy
just
shit,
like-
this dense environment.
Right.
Yes.
That like I don't even remember what it sounded like back then, but it was just like it got me
It
into
hits you.
It got me into the Fallout, and then I got a lot of radio signals. So
all
all the
All the
DLC
radio-
all the DLC that I bought all at once.
I remember that too.
You found a radio
Yeah,
signal.
it's
Why
like
not?
radio. And you're like, I'll get to these later.
Yeah.
But yeah, music is a big piece.
So yeah, Anthem, fun game, and again, we talked about it in the newscast.
Yep.
Having some issues, but
There's some issues, but legitimately because I think we're slow playing it so much, we haven't hit that wall
Yeah.
that a lot of people are hitting, going like, "There's no content in this."
we're
game.
having a way better experience, I think, than a lot of them.
Yeah.
I feel like I would
legitimately, 'cause
totally
we're-
like. My style is just to go straight in, just go all the way through. And
I
that's
think
my-
it's because we're trying
that's
to
my-
play together, which
Yeah.
is yeah.
And we've all
I
been
don't
kind
know
of
what my
busy.
Not that
brother-
it's slowing us down, but it's
I don't know when my brother's played.
it's
last.
pacing us. I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know when.
If he's online and wants to play, by
He's
all
not
means.
going to it for a week.
But I'm not waiting for him. I'll wait for you.
I can go with him too, though.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever works.
But again, we can go with him whenever he's
Yeah.
online. Like that's the nice part of the game is you can play the old missions.
Yeah.
So that's nice. I've also been playing Starlink. I got it on my Switch. It's like half off right now, so it's the Star Fox game. So that's how I'm playing. That's how I'm playing it.
Yeah, especially with all the new content coming out. It's basically just Star Fox.
So that's what I saw.
Yeah.
Is they released with the I think that was the direct. Then they talked about
Yeah,
it.
no
All
Wolf,
of the
Star Wolf
pilots are
stuff.
all the pilot. Well, Star Wolf's already the main thing for.
Oh, is he already?
Yeah,
Oh,
he's
I
the
didn't
guy
know
that you're hunting.
Uh,
But they're unlocking the other 3 pilots as actual pilots.
Okay.
Right now they're just you press L when your super charges up, and one of them comes in and helps you.
okay.
So like and you don't get to choose who it is, so you hit the button and like
Slippy!
Slippy's like, "I'm here, Fox!" And you're like, "Oh
Aw,
man."
man.
It's like, why can't it be Falco?
Yeah, where's Falco?
Even Peppy.
Yeah, Peppy
Even
rolled in and
Peppy.
didn't do a whole lot. He's like, "I'm here to help you, Fox," and I'm like,
I find
and then
Peppy
I
talks
and then
a
I
lot, too.
then I
Like-
died, and I'm like,
But then Falco will just judge you.
Yeah,
Yeah, but at
he
least
does
he'll kill
judge- He does
things.
judge you.
Oh, I guess I gotta save your ass again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
they got all the voice actors back for so all the Star Fox team is actually the Star Fox team.
That's good.
Super cool. The game opens up with the regular intro cutscene thing, so you get what you would get on the PlayStation 4 or the Xbox, and then it cuts out, and so there's this space battle that's starting right at the beginning of the game. That's your tutorial level, and before it starts, because I'm playing on the Switch, it cuts back, and Fox is there with the 3 other guys in their little formation, and they're kind of just hovering in space, and it's like, should we should go help them, guys? And Peppy's like, no, we're after Falco, or we're after Wolf. We don't have time for this. And then Falco's all like, it looks like it could be fun. Let's go blow some stuff up. And, Slippy's all like, we should help everybody!
I'm annoying. I'm the next Smash character.
And Fox is like, well, maybe they can help us out. If we, jump in and da-da-da-da-da-da. So that legit, there's this extra cutscene just to introduce Fox. And then you fly in and you're in the R-Wing. And the whole game is there's the toy to life piece that you can attach weapons to, and it'll transform your ship in the game.
Yeah.
If you buy the digital copy, you press start, and you can just swap
do
all the
that.
weapons.
Mm.
At any time, even in the middle of a fight, you're like, this freeze blaster's not working. Bloop.
That sounds convenient.
It's super cool. The digital way is way easier, I feel, than
Than
sitting
the-
there with this
Oh my
thing
gosh.
attached to your controller because it's attached.
Yeah.
So can you not play that with in handheld mode?
I don't know. I can because it's digital.
Well, no, but like if you
You must be able to,
I don't know.
some way. But either way, like other than
Attached on the
like
top of
One
the Switch.
hand.
the cool thing about the R-Wing is it has the lasers. So even if you don't have anything equipped, you still have your
green lasers.
Can
green
you
lasers.
streamline it with by like?
No, I tried.
Can you hold it and
No.
then it charges?
It charges.
Okay.
Does the charge beam?
Okay.
You can get augments for just the lasers as Fox. So like your charge beam's more powerful or the lasers are more powerful.
Now,
The
can you
problem is you can't combo the lasers.
Oh,
So like
okay.
if you have a freezing weapon, it'll freeze them and then you hit them with the fire and all of a sudden it's like it's thermal. It's a
there's
thermal
There's
disabling.
no element
thing.
or anything. To
No,
it,
it's just
but-
kinetic.
Okay.
So it's yeah.
Now,
Um,
can you take Fox out of the R-wing and put him into another ship?
Yep.
Okay.
So
can
if you
have-
want
you
to,
can have, or you can have someone
Why
else
would
pilot the
you?
R-wing.
Yep.
Okay.
So that's the
Why?
whole shtick. Is
I'm just
when-
curious. I'm just curious.
because
would you do
each
that?
pilot has a different thing. So
Like a
Fox's
passive?
special is he calls down another member of Star Fox
Yeah.
to fight with him. Everybody has their own shtick. So if you legit like the R-Wing
But like a different character.
but want the different character's ability, you can
Nah.
swap them. I haven't because what's the point? Pieces will upgrade as you use them more. So the cockpit that I'm using is Fox's cockpit. It provides different kinds of augments than other people's.
Yeah.
When you die, so if I get exploded, I can change the cockpit out. And that's kind of your extra lives. So that's how they wanted you to buy more toys was you can attach more. If you buy the copy, the digital copy for normally $80 on the Switch, you get like 5 or 6 ships. So it's really not a problem. I was talking about it in the newscast. There is a piece though where you can augment things. So as you gain points, you can carry more stuff and you can mod your ship more, or you can do like different things.
Yeah.
One of them is legitimately like you can get black market gear for your ship, but you have to have an outlaw character, and the outlaw characters are all locked.
Oh.
I legitimately have to go buy DLC
Huh.
or another character pack to unlock the outlaw characters to
Get this black market
play as them, and
stuff.
it's like
But that sounds that sounds legitimate though. I mean, if you want,
well, but again,
it's
it's like,
annoying, but
but that was built into the game right off the bat because of the Toys to Life thing. So it's not like Disney Infinity where at least like if you bought the Avengers pack, you got the Avengers with them and you could play. Like the packs always came with at least 2 people to do something with.
yeah, the digital one makes it a little awkward.
No, this is legitimately if you buy the actual inbox one,
Yeah.
you get less than if you bought the digital one. So you actually end up spending more money buying physical than you do buying digital. The characters are really cool in the game. Like this guy
How's
is
the difficulty level? I heard it's
up and down.
it spikes.
But they tell you that. Legitimately, when you
Okay.
go from planet to planet, it's like, this planet has a difficulty rating of 13 to 18. And it's like, oh, last time I fought something that was level 15, I got my butt whooped, so I'm not going to go to that planet until I upgrade some of my gear. There's space flight, which is really cool, because you're in the middle of, like, an actual planetary system.
Yeah.
So there's, like, a hyperdrive that you have to, like, fly to each planet. Once you've been to a planet, you can fast travel. But flying through space, there's asteroids you have to avoid in hyperspace. There's also outlaw traps and legion traps. So the legion are the bad aliens. Outlaws are legitimately just space pirates.
Yeah.
That you have to like. So there'll be a big web that appears, and then little circles that you gotta. As you progress, the legion builds dreadnoughts, so giant ships that you have to take out. You have to build bases on the planets to like get the allies on that planet, whoever lives there, to be on your side.
Yeah.
So if you have complete control of a planet, essentially, and not control, but if you have
How much base building is there that like or is there any at all? It sounds
no, you fly down and you
Oh,
like
so you
you
can't-
destroy a hive essentially, and then in that
Sounds-
space, it's like, do you want to build an observatory? Do you want to build a mining place that'll give you
so
money?
there's
Do you want to build a mod station?
So
Do you
there's
wanna
light base building.
think RTS as opposed to actual like
Ah.
building. At this point, we have to travel further out into space, so we have to build Starlink towers to power our.
Starlink.
Well, the whole point to Starlink is the weapon changing.
Okay.
So when you see like when you change weapons, there's actually this 5-second part where it like teleports one out and then rebuilds the piece. That's Starlink. So there's a cutscene too where they invite them aboard their big ship and they're like, "Oh, your ships are kind of cool, Star Fox," and he's all like, Yeah, they are. And Slippy's all like, what's this stuff? Can you show me how to use it? And then you get out of there, and they're like, we get to, and Slippy's all happy because it's like, we can use Starlink tech now, Fox. And you're like, okay.
Calm down, calm down, Slippy.
Relax.
There's some other cutscenes where they legitimately, for the Switch version, just slipped Fox into the background.
Oh,
No
yeah.
lines. He's just like, they're walking somewhere, and Fox is just like, I will also walk with you. And it's like,
Not awkward at all.
Ubisoft did a pretty solid job of getting
Slipping him in
Fox
there.
into the game. So it's pretty stellar. And then, yeah, Wolf is your main object. Every pilot has their own little side story. So Fox is hunting down Wolf because he's causing trouble, and it's like,
Questions.
like Andros is dead, and like who's even paying Wolf now? We have to find him as he's causing trouble over this.
Surprise,
You
it's
know.
Andros again.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's always
Surprise,
Andros.
Surprise, it's
surprise Andros. The cool part with the Dreadnought fights, you have to destroy like some turrets, and then you have to destroy some lasers on the side. Then they launch missiles at you, so you have to get to the front of the ship and destroy like where the missiles are coming out. Then you have to fly through, and they do the like you know in Star Fox with the lasers, and you have to avoid like.
Yeah.
You mean the worst part?
Well, no, I love those where it's like
I
it's
didn't
like your
like
mini
it. You're like,
it's
yeah.
your mini trench runs.
I hated that.
I love those. They're back. It's legitimately like you get in and the controls change to now you are like sideways or up and down controls, and it's like this is the best. Whee! But if you die, you can replace your cockpit, and you just keep flying. And then it costs 500 points to repair all of your cockpits at one of your bases.
One of your Starlings.
Or one of your like observatories or whatever it happens to be. If you really like the cockpit you're in and want to like refresh, it'll cost you a butt ton of money, and
Pay
it'll
for it.
start
You
you
can pay
back.
for it.
Yeah, and I can afford to pay as soon as you have mines on all the planets. Like you get money. No, not actual money. In Tririum, I'm like I have 4 million in Tririum right
That sounds
now.
like some sort of Bitcoin.
Yeah. Well, it's the mineral that's on all these
It
planets.
sounds like some sort of.
So each planet has a bunch of stuff to do, cool stuff, outlaws, legions, hives that you have to destroy. There's these like beacons on all these planets, and there's also on each planet a landmark. So it's like, oh, that's a really big tree. But at that tree is a level like 20 bad guy who can take you out in like 2 hits if you're not careful. So the R-Wing also has the nice ability when you do the
barrel roll.
The
That's-
barrel
that's
roll.
not a
That's
barrel
not a
roll.
barrel roll. When you do it, it does reflect lasers. Like they legitimately, it's Fox in the game. It's Star Fox within the game, which is pretty cool.
Interesting.
It's that feeling of in Super Smash Bros. When they put the characters in and they play like they do like the Street Fighter guys and that stuff, where they took the time to make sure these guys did this stuff. That's the thing with this one is it's like Fox feels like a Star Fox game, which is nice because the last one for the Wii U was junk.
We
It
don't talk about
was.
Star Fox Zero.
It was a good game in and all its own,
No.
but the control scheme, it's like I just want to fly an R-Wing and shoot stuff.
No, you get chicken legs.
But I don't even mind the stuff transforming. It was legitimately I had to
Oh, I minded the chicken legs. I don't mind the transforming. It's the chicken legs.
whatever. That's just instead of the
No,
tank, you
I
can
would rather-
transform your ship.
I would rather a tank.
Well, you don't get to transform your ship at all in this game, other than equipping new wings and crap if you want. So
Oh, and I'm not an issue. I have specifically an issue
I had
with
an
the
issue
chicken.
with the controls. That was my biggest thing. The Wii U version because you had
Yeah,
to
it
shoot
was-
from the pad, but fly from the TV.
It was
So
annoying.
aiming was this because the whole point was like you can aim independently of where you're flying, and everybody's like, "Oh, neat." Except you
In
legitimately have
practice-
to watch a second screen.
In practice,
Yeah.
it's not good.
No,
It's-
it's
in
not.
theory,
Theory, cool.
it's more of like a VR thing, if anything. They were trying to do it almost because you can do that in VR and it works really, really well when you look at one direction and shoot the other.
Sure.
But in VR, because you have that a little
You
more
have-
precise
yeah.
controls,
Yeah.
it doesn't work on a gamepad.
So either way, this is the Star like all the reviews were right. This is the Star Fox game that people have been wanting and waiting. It's perfect. So I mean, if Ubisoft pretty much takes over Star Fox, that's neat. There's racing in the next DLC pack.
Yeah.
You mean the
Oh,
one
boy.
Star Fox racing game that we wanted?
Well, no. So all those
Those
rumors of
announced.
Star Fox racing are
Are
legitimately
true.
now in this
Yeah, they are.
DLC. Last but not least, Brian and I played Satisfactory.
Oh yeah.
So, early access, building...
Stuff.
So it's cool reading the early access stuff
Yeah.
because with alpha, they're like these 3 tiers are unlocked. come early access, 6 of them are
6
going
of
to be
them.
unlocked. So
And in the future, they want to go even further.
So just to be clear, this is by the guys that did
Goat
the
Simulator.
Simulator.
The fantastic
The
game.
the game of the year.
Legitimately,
Fantastic
like
game.
we had fun with Goat Simulator.
Yes.
We did. Like there's
But this is a polarizing game for them.
this is a very different game.
It is very different. It is not Goat Simulator.
This is the Subnautica of
Basically.
land.
But like better.
Well, again,
like
here's the thing. Like
this.
Subnautica was about exploring and actually surviving.
Oh, okay. Yes.
The characters in Satisfactory, because I played a bit this morning on my own just to get the like opening cutscene and all that stuff. You are sent down in like a Halo drop essentially, an ODST
Oh, so
drop.
you're an ODST.
You're an ODST
Yes.
without any weapons other than a taser.
So still basically an ODST. Then.
You're an orbital dropship worker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
ODSW.
No, ODST. Don't. You fight animals.
I'm not a trooper at all.
Shit.
He died 4 times in his first playthrough. I watched it.
I watched
happen.
him fall off a
terrible.
cliff.
I
They
fell off a
sneak
log.
up.
They do. They just pop because there's bushes.
Yep.
They've
Legitimately, they've been like,
oh god.
here's fauna and stuff to like, you know, it's like, oh, pretty. And you're just like running through it because if you press E as you run through it, you're collecting leaves and stuff that you need to run the bioreactors. And all of a sudden you're like, doop, 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 what?
So just what you're saying is there's a story of don't run.
Run carefully.
Be aware of your surroundings.
Just how they teach
don't
you
do
in
it,
kids.
Brian.
When
And
you're a
mine was
kid,
at the
don't
very
run
beginning,
everywhere.
so I lost the taser too because I couldn't get down to there. And if I tried, there were just these hardbacks that would come.
Brian's
and,
naming
like,
all the things himself, by the way.
Yeah.
There's no names on a lot of the creatures, so
Except,
Brian's coming up with his own neighbors.
Dog.
Yeah, there's one little thing you can pet.
Something doggo. Lizard doggo.
Lizard doggo. Or
Lizard
something.
doggo.
Is that what the technical
I
term
forgot
is?
it.
There's an FAQ about the lizard doggo.
Not the hardbacks.
Not the hardbacks.
They're like armadillos that
Turtles.
No, they're more armadillo-y than anything else.
Yeah, that just charge at you.
Yeah, but they run real
They
fast.
run really fast.
They're like Sonic.
They even have swishy like.
They do. They have
like
swishy animations. Like the
But-
lines behind them, they look like they're trying to like make them be the Flash
Yeah.
as they circle you, and you're just like, I'm just gonna stand right here.
Alright.
So yeah, we have. But yeah, the game the Satisfactory. You've been sent down by this corporation.
This is the Halo
It's,
Corporation.
No.
Fin-
Fin
ODS,
something.
ODST Corporation.
And essentially, they're like, start finding things, start building like factories to start producing stuff. Essentially, like, keep building and making a bigger and bigger production line, and da 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 da. And we'll give you more instructions as we go along. If you find anything interesting, though, make sure you send it back to HQ. And you're like,
Your rocket needs to go home.
okay. So yeah, you find iron. Once you find iron, you build a hub, and once you build the hub, it's like, hey, build this, get some ores, do this, do that, and eventually, like it's like building a bigger and bigger factory as you go along.
Yeah.
And now we're at the point, like yesterday's game, we finally ended. We can build vehicles.
I
There's
can't wait.
Tanks.
tractors and like that kind of stuff for now, because again,
You need a tank for those hardbacks.
That's
well,
taser. You use a taser.
no, we can build a gun at some point.
Yes.
we found out how to build guns.
I don't remember what it's called. Some like thing where you shoot a barb or something.
Yeah.
You're just gonna make up a name for it.
Yeah.
No, this gun has a
This
name.
gun has an actual name. But yeah, so we and essentially it's getting those production lines going to the best of their efficiency. Like that's what you're aiming for with a lot of it.
Yeah.
Within this gorgeous environment, the game
Yeah,
looks
it's
beautiful.
beautiful. Like,
Like
it
we
is
play
not
Goat
Goat
Simulator,
Simulator.
and you're like, oh,
Where it's all like still like you can see
It's
the
janky.
edges. Yeah.
but it's janky on
Yeah.
purpose.
Yes.
This game is
It-
gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. It's like you said in the chat, like it's like a better No Man's Sky
Yeah, it's what No Man's Sky should have looked
should
like.
have looked like.
Mhm.
And the fact that we could already play together, No Man's Sky we couldn't because it just wouldn't work.
Well, and then we said that on the
now
stream
you
too.
can.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and we said that on the stream. It's nice that they were thinking multiplayer right
Right off the bat. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
And again, it helps because playing on my own this morning, it's like, hey, make sure there's stuff in the like bioreactor. So you're putting energy in to make sure you have energy output to create the things.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, now run over here and build this thing. And the only problem I now have restarting is I'm thinking with all
Where
the
you're gonna
future
put
pieces
everything?
in mind.
Okay.
So like I built you can build a machine that automatically mines the ore for you, and then you, at the point that I'm in my single player game, take the ore out, put it into a smelter, and it will take the ore and turn it into actual like ingots.
Okay.
Then where I'm at right now is I could build a machine that would build something out of the ingots, and I could connect it with a
Conveyor
belt.
So there's a lot of connection.
But
It's-
if I get one more upgrade, there's a conveyor belt splitter. So I could have the ingots come out and go into 3 different things that build
how
3
difficult
different
how difficult
things.
is it to add that modification in?
Not hard.
Not super hard, but now I'm thinking with like spacing in mind, right?
Yeah,
so
you have to
restarting the
consider.
game, I'm like, oh, because Brian spent a good hour yesterday
Just
destroying
Destroying
buildings
stuff, re-putting, yeah.
and putting stuff back in to
I
get
think
stuff.
I was there for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's still a mess. Like I'm wondering if we should even restart.
We
to
should,
just-
because it's a
Yeah, and maybe actually like put foundation because I found when we like you
yeah,
build
you can
foundation,
build. Yeah, you can build
it
stuff
like
on.
it snaps
clicks.
into place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it clicks.
It clicks in, snaps in. Snapping is the correct term. But yeah, legitimately, it's one of those things. Like I was sitting there going yesterday. Brian built this lovely, like it ended somewhere. It had an end piece, which was perfect because everything ended in a storehouse,
Yeah.
which was gorgeous.
You can just
But then
go
you look
there.
at you look at the rest of the
It was
landscape, and it's
just-
like, what's making what, Brian? What is making what?
No
Can
idea.
you color the buildings differently? Because
Yes,
'cause
there
I
is
feel
a
like the
color gun that you have to build.
I feel like the yellow would get really confusing after a while.
So that's
Everything
we
is
found we
orange.
found the
or
color.
yellow or orange or whatever.
We found the
whatever.
color gun, but you have to build it and then
Okay.
actually use
Yeah.
it later. So we were working on that because that was the thought process was, this is tough because we can't tell what anything's doing. So in my mind, building actual lines of these are all smelters.
like a good factory.
Like an actual factory, yeah. These are all smelters. These are all
Yeah,
construction
the
pieces.
purples
these
is
are all-
this, and then the green is going to be this.
Yeah.
And then the blue
And then
is...
coming up with how is this the most efficient? Is it efficient to get the ore into the like a
So what-
warehouse, from the warehouse out to things?
So what do you feel like the end game is? Like building and
This
mining is...
corporation has a purpose for us doing all these
Yes,
things.
there's a story. The website
You
says
don't
that
get
there is
to know.
a story.
Is it because it's an early access
Nope.
right now?
It's the whole point is it's a mystery as to why
Yeah.
we're on that planet. We're not a
Kind
need
of
to
like
know.
Subnautica. It was kind of like
Subnautica
you built the story as you went.
sort of.
Kind of.
This one is
repopulate. a
this
different
one's
planet.
legitimately
Find
like,
Timmy!
yeah. There's
Oh,
something
find
on
Timmy.
this planet that this company wants. And we're essentially that we're not in the need to know. We're just the worker who's been
Who's
sent
been
down
told.
to, yeah.
But I
Go
want
to
to know
find-
now. Now I want to
then
know.
you have to play the game. That's
It's above
the
our
whole
pay
point.
grade. It's above our pay grade.
No,
Oh,
I
get
just,
in
I just
that
wanna
pay
know. I
grade.
just want to know.
Nick's like the energy sector, and I'm like the build construction.
So that's the best
So
part.
I'm going to be the one that finds.
The best
thing.
part of the stream yesterday is because I was watching it on like this screen and playing the game on this one is. Thanks, computer.
It's the Corsair.
No, that's anything plugged in.
Oh.
On his screen, I'm watching him like take stuff apart, trying to build things and
Yeah.
putting conveyor belts in. I'm like running around grabbing leaves, running back to the thing, like make biomass, make fuel.
I found Leaf.
I'll put fuel in
I
like the
found
5 things
With
we
the
have
one
now.
leaf.
No, well,
I was
we collect
effective.
leaves. It goes really fast. But again, we needed 5 biofuel reactors to run all the stuff he was building. So I had to make sure, because if the power goes out, you have to refill them all, hit a breaker switch to turn everything back on. So if the power goes out, it's like 2 or 3 extra steps to get it all working again. So I'm like, I'll make sure the power keeps running. I'll keep upgrading the hub. If it needs me to build this, okay, I'll just sit in this building all day and make these and slowly upgrade the hub. And as soon as I unlock something, Brian's like, sweet, now I can do this. And he'd like disappear again and start building stuff.
And then
So
consumption was just
stream-wise, it was really good because he was constantly building and crafting and doing stuff.
And Nick was
Yeah.
in
If
the
you would have
background.
watched my stream, it was like, I'm gonna
Leaf
go for a ride.
collecting.
Ooh, I found wood.
I found wood.
Yeah. No, you
I
make
wonder
it
if we
into
should split it up where you have these bioreactors for this grid, and that is it. Like no more things. So those bioreactors just, and then like so that they're not all connected.
We also have to start building walls and that kind of like.
Yeah,
I feel
that's
like
it.
that's a big
Monsters.
piece to it. Not even for monsters. Again, just for
Is there a day-night cycle?
Hardbacks.
there is a
There
day-night
is.
cycle.
There's a day-night cycle. I've only seen the
Hardbacks.
day cycle. So.
The
Yeah.
day-night cycle was weird. We'd found that we'd get lots of day,
Long
and then all of a
day,
sudden it's like,
short
oh, it's
nights.
night. Because I did notice night right off the bat because
Yeah.
there's these glow slugs, and at night it's bioluminescent. It glows
Pick him up.
like it's gorgeous. So I did. I picked them up, and I'm like, cool. No, you don't eat them.
in
You
real-
send them back for research.
In real life, I would not touch a giant glowing sign. I'd be like, yeah.
No, you gotta turn it into energy.
Now I glow.
Now I glow.
I
Look at
am
me.
the.
Look at me. I glow now.
Slug man.
So yeah, we should restart
Let's
with the
restart.
thought process in mind of
Yeah.
like.
Of a true factory where there's lines.
Plan it
Yes.
out, guys.
Now
Plan
the
it
problem
out.
is we've like early access is pretty or not early access. Alpha testing's like
Done.
Done.
March 11th.
yeah. So
But the game comes out March 19th.
yes.
It's a weird
Early
alpha.
access.
It's a weird alpha.
Yeah.
It's a very strange. I
So
think
is it going into beta?
It's
No,
early
it's-
access game.
early access,
so
which is essentially beta.
a beta.
Is
A
that you
paid
pay for
beta.
it,
Yeah.
Um,
But I would.
I'm buying this.
I'm
game.
gonna buy this. It's $29.95.
American.
And we've already poured in 4 hours last night.
and had fun, and we still
And had fun, and we would still do more
We're not even done tier 2 of like
stuff.
the upgrading stuff. And like we didn't even unlock cars. Like we
No.
unlocked it, we never built them. So
I
it's
feel like
like
cars
what
would do
happens
so
with
much more.
cars?
Travel.
Exactly.
Running over
Time travel.
We
carapaces.
can time travel.
There's also 3 other biomes you can or 2 other biomes you can play in. But they're
Yeah,
not
eventually.
available in the
Until
alpha.
March 19th.
Yeah.
Is the world pre-generated or is it random?
It's
It's
pre-generated.
static. Yeah.
Aww.
The where you spawn is different, and I don't know if the
Okay, so it's really funny because again, I watch Geekism on YouTube every once in a while. He got into the alpha,
yeah.
and of course, like they emailed him all like, "Would you play our game?" Because he has people that watch him.
Wow, a little,
Salty.
Whatever.
a little bit there.
We had to sign up for ours.
Okay, scrubs.
Yeah.
we had to do it like a pleb.
He was playing. Do you want to know where his hub was?
Where?
Right where ours was.
Oh, really? Huh.
Because essentially it leads you into that territory just based on where resources are.
So when I first spawned, I was just like, I gotta get there, and I just ran off a cliff.
Yep.
That's how I
The first
got there.
time I spawned.
Then you panicked and you're like, I can't find iron. And like, that was the funniest part is you were legitimately just wandering,
I
like hoping
know.
to see a rock. I'm looking going,
I did it too. It was a terrible first play.
what's he
It was a
doing? And then
terrible-
you're like scanning and I'm like, okay, he's scanning for something. And you're like, I still can't find iron. And it's like,
people are probably like screaming at my screen, like you idiot.
we were laughing at you in the break room. It's
That's
fine.
okay. It was a comic.
It was very comical.
It was intended.
You meant to
Yes.
screw up?
Yes.
All right. Either way, cool game. Go check out Satisfactory.
Yeah, I would buy that.
Or check out our stream of Satisfactory. Our second one, because the first one you're just going to watch Brian die a lot. So it's
Yeah.
pretty funny. You
The
can go
last
watch
half
it.
hour is productive.
Okay, skip to the last half hour of the
Sure.
of the first
Oh,
stream.
I want to laugh.
I can just
me
I can
die.
just walk it right. I can
Wow.
just
It's
walk
just
right now.
legitimately Brian going, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing. I don't know. Like, there's a tutorial on the side.
Well, it said to find iron, and I could not find iron
There's
because it's
buttons at the bottom going, legitimately, if you click on it, it tells you how to find iron.
And
Like,
the hardbacks kept killing me, and I had lost my taser, and they chase you forever.
Is this what he did in the game?
And, yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I did.
We got it. We got the Cliff Notes version.
yeah. Either way, cool game. Check it out.
Might
I'm
have to watch
done.
this up. Right?
Cool.
Should I continue from there?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I guess. We did play a little bit of Apex Legends,
Mm-hmm.
and I really had a cool part where I killed 2 guys in one game.
Apex is still
Apparently
good.
you were a beast the other game.
Oh yeah, we talked about that last week. How you were a
Yes.
beast.
Yeah, you went beast
Oh,
mode.
okay,
That was
you
awesome.
went beast mode.
And I did pretty well. That's the best I've ever done in
That
a
is the best
shoot to
you've
kill
ever-
game.
That is the best. Yeah.
Shoot to kill in a shoot to kill game. That's our new
Individually
that's
or as a team?
We're now reclassifying the first person shooter.
Everything.
It's no longer called FPSs. It's called shoot to kill.
ST.
Well, because
STK.
okay, in a
It's like
first
an
person
STD,
shooter, I
but a
can
little bit
shoot, but I never
It's a
shoot.
little
anything.
It's now a shoot to kill game. When's the next shoot to kill game coming out?
Yeah, I played. I did some.
Yeah, so that was fun.
Kill.
I did some shoot to kill too.
Shoot to kill.
Shoot
It's
to
a
kill.
fun game. Legitimately, they've built
It
a
is.
so
They-
good.
They did a good job.
if I'm playing it more,
I'm
I
looking
am
forward to the
getting
battle
better.
pass to see
Yeah.
what that is when
It's
that comes
my
out.
best experience of a
Battle Royale.
battle royale.
I'm interested. I want to play Black Ops 1. Their Black Ops mode.
No.
I'm interested to see what that is. It's on the library list, so I'm not gonna pay money for it right now.
Yeah, I don't think I would pay money for.
No.
I'm just not interested at the time.
Yeah.
But since you guys talked about Apex Legends
So
last
good.
week, so
Beast
mode.
Well, I'm adding more to it. 'Cause
Yeah.
How was your Apex experience?
I didn't get yelled at by teenagers, so good. Actually, we came fourth in one game, and it was just me and one other person.
Oh, really?
Oh, that was
And we didn't
close.
even have a third member.
Why are teenagers yelling at me?
One thing I found about Apex Legends is I couldn't find a way to mute your teammates.
No, you can't. I don't think you can.
I don't think you can. Like,
don't think
I got
you-
grouped with one time a group of Spanish-speaking
That's
people,
so cool.
and I had no idea what was going on.
Sí, no
and
hablo inglés
I was
porque-
like, I can't
Don't even
understand.
say
And
it.
Donde
then
está
one
la
guy
biblioteca?
started singing
Donde
in
está la biblioteca?
And then one guy started singing in Spanish, and I was like, I have no idea what's going on. I'm just gonna follow, but this is really
Yes,
just.
that's all you do, though. It's not, you just follow.
Donde está la
The other guy I was with knew what he was doing. He's like, okay, we should go here. I'm like,
Oh,
whatever.
yeah, we're going. Yeah.
Just
so-
start a party. Because they're thinking if you're in a party with party chat, it mutes everybody else. So just start a party.
Start a party, and then I'll mute it.
Start the
Yeah,
party.
That's smart.
Start the party.
I don't know. I'm sure there's a way you can mute it. I'm sure there is.
There is. I just couldn't
I'm
find
sure
it.
there is.
Yeah. I finally beat God of War.
Yay!
How do you enjoy it?
I thoroughly enjoyed that.
So good.
And
Have you beat it yet?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
has everyone now?
Did
Yes,
you?
everyone.
Did you guys? Did you
Okay.
guys?
Oh,
Did you
good.
guys see the final ending?
Hi, Milky
So the
Boys.
secret
Can't read that.
ending?
There's a secret ending.
Yeah. If you go back to the house.
No, I didn't see that
We
one.
should
No,
probably
I-
go back and do that.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
So all right, then we can't talk
Yes,
about
it is
that.
Milky. That's right.
It's the only time
I'm
that the
trying to
game.
read that.
No,
I
yeah.
can't.
No,
It's the only time the game actually cuts to a different camera.
What's up, Milky Bar Kid?
Ooh. Okay. I will go back into this
No,
just to
and
go
you
home.
should really do it.
Okay.
I can't go
it's a-
back because I deleted the game already.
Oh well, why did you do that?
Because I beat it.
But you didn't. You didn't see the good ending.
I haven't
Don't need
deleted
to.
Spider-Man.
Yes, you do.
It's a cool.
Yes,
friggin'
you do.
Okay.
YouTube is for.
Go back to God of War.
You want? We can just tell you.
We could just tell you. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty cool, but we can just tell you.
Yeah, he's
Do
gonna
you
go- he's
care?
gonna Go do it.
Or do you just want to see it?
Brian's gonna.
I kind of care. I kind of
Brian's
care.
gonna go-
I'll
Brian's
go
gonna
do
so
it
I'll just YouTube it
this
and do it.
weekend.
We could YouTube
You
it
could
right
YouTube
now.
it. Yeah.
Okay, we
the effect will be the same.
Oh, okay.
We'll still see
okay.
it.
We'll do it.
But it's the only time the camera legitimately cuts if you haven't died. If you don't die.
And it leads into a second.
The follow-up.
game.
It does. It legit goes, and it's one of those like
Still
chilling.
in-
like,
still
it,
in with,
it leaves you with that chilling moment, of like, ooh, this
There
is.
it's
I'm
still-
so excited for
Yeah,
that.
it's like, oh, what's next
It's still
now?
got to be in the Norse stuff because
like
there's portals that we
there's
did not
a lot
get to
of
go
other
through.
places.
I have not played Skate,
Skate
3.
3.
I've never played.
Oh my god, Skate 3
I've
was
heard
so
of
good.
it.
It is so good. Oh my god, it is so janky and fun. It was the best not Tony Hawk skating
Non
game.
Tony Hawk
Yeah.
skating game. Yeah,
I
the
heard
only
good
skating
things.
games I've
It
ever
was,
played.
it was
Tony
the
Hawk.
most intuitive way to do tricks in any skating game. Because what you would do is the tricks were aligned to the right analog stick.
Sure.
So to do an ollie, you flick the stick down and then up. To do a kick flip, I was like, you flick down and then you quarter circle
Oh, so it's
upwards.
like
That sounds as hard as real skateboarding.
Yeah, it's really interesting. It's
Yeah, but
That's
see, there's
not
my-
what he said.
Yeah,
That's
no,
not what he
see,
said.
there's my problems. It's like playing football now. I can't. I'm
you have to
very,
put
I
the
think
joystick
it's hard.
back in.
It's harder than
I'm very bad at
That's
football.
what they should do.
But the thing about Skate
You wanna
3,
throw,
is
There's
that-
just, they
There-
threw the
there-
skill stick into
yeah,
the damn
the skill
football
stick is-
game.
and the thing is,
football now.
there's more than just the tricks.
It makes
that's
it
on the stick.
harder.
You can actually do a lot of
bet.
stuff off the skateboard too.
Right, I
It'd be
get
like
So
that.
hockey,
there was
though,
way
with
more
skill
to it
stick.
than just the,
Yes,
the
yes.
new trick
Moving around,
system.
I just no. Just
Yeah.
give me one button.
Yeah.
I agree. Skate 3 is awesome.
Yes.
Yes, Skate 3 is.
That's all I do. Is
Like, I
hockey.
remember,
buttons
like,
to
Skate 4
Yes.
needs to come out.
the original Madden's like I could just destroy teams just because the game mechanics were so simple.
Skate 4 needs to
Nowadays,
come out.
it's like
Or a Skate 3
They're-
HD remaster or whatever.
Skate 3 I like how they're remastering the third
the
game.
third game.
Do it. Do something. The Skate franchise. EA, do something.
What's on there?
Okay.
Tastiness.
You left some food.
She's like, what?
This
I
was-
wasn't licking this table.
Yeah.
Yeah, the secret ending for God of War is one of those like.
Okay.
Well, the regular ending I thought was pretty.
It was
like,
cool. It was
Yeah,
good.
it was still very
so
like.
spoilers, I guess, because
into it.
You know, yeah. Let's just.
yeah, we can
It's
talk about
been
it.
long
It's
enough.
been. I'm
Yeah,
just saying
it's been long.
spoilers if
Yeah.
you haven't played God of War.
Spoiler-ish. We'll
Spoiler-ish.
flick our
How
fingers.
have you not played it? Because it's one of those best-selling PlayStation games.
If you don't have a PlayStation
If
and
you
you
don't
want
have
to.
PlayStation.
Yeah, and
Well,
you
they buy
want to
PlayStation and then add to the statistic.
I'll do it when they make a Spider-Man. I'll wait.
I love how that's what got us into getting to play.
Spider-Man.
And it was a great game.
That was a good game too, though.
It's also a
Um,
great game. So yeah, the kid's name is Loki.
Yeah, I laughed at that.
Oh,
That was
I
cool.
saw that.
That was
No,
that's not
the
the
secret
ending.
We're not
That's
talking
not the
about
secret ending.
That's
Oh.
the
The
regular
secret
ending.
ending,
It's
you
a
were
normal
going-
ending. Everyone gets that ending.
Oh, you
The
vague.
secret ending is it's like you seriously will just.
Very glitchy, but the glitches make it fun. Yeah,
Yep.
there's certain
Oh,
games
yeah.
where the
So
glitches
should we watch the YouTube now?
No. We're in the middle of something.
We're in the middle of
Okay,
something.
okay.
We're doing a thing
Anyways.
called the post crash.
I got your tail. if you're gonna
Sticking
do
to
that.
Norse mythology,
Yes.
we got Northgard with the Humble Bundle.
Yes. You're just
Uh,
leaving God of War behind. What did you
Wow.
think of God of War? The
What did
final
the-
fights,
Oh,
the bad
the
guys.
Oh, I thought we were going
things.
to talk
I
about this
didn't like
later.
the
Well,
final
no, we'll
fight.
talk
Yeah, it was
about
a
the
little
secret
mashy.
ending later. What do you think of the
It
game
took
you
forever.
played?
I
The
love
ending was a little
the
mashy.
game. Sorry.
The final fight
I
took
thought-
forever.
I felt
didn't
it
like
was
it.
a
The
little.
final fight took forever?
I didn't like it.
I thought it was a little mashy, if anything.
Oh, you mean the last fight with Baldur?
Yeah.
Yes.
That got a
Yeah,
little.
okay, yes.
It
I
was
did
a little
not like
It got
repetitive.
tedious. It got
Yeah.
tedious.
It got repetitive. It was very
Yes.
just like press the button to hit him until
Yeah.
you really can't.
That's true. That's
didn't
true.
like
And
I mean,
then-
visually, it was still amazing.
yes.
I found the other fights better than that.
Yes.
Agreed.
I-
There was
I do.
more actually like strategy and combat skill required than this, where you just pretty
Are
much.
you trying to
just had
remember
hit
the
'em.
final sequence? The
Trying
final.
to remember how it was different than any of the other fights.
It's not.
Yeah.
Well, like,
I don't know, it was
well,
just-
when you fight Valkyries, you can at least predict their moves and be like, okay,
you
I
fought
got
the Valkyries?
I fought one.
Yeah, no.
I got one.
I
Nope.
think I killed one.
I got one.
Yeah,
I
they're
know.
not bad. Once
And it
you
wasn't
figure
the
out-
easiest one.
I noped out.
Yeah,
Once
those
you,
guys
like,
got. Those
strategize
guys
some
just
of your
like.
combats.
Are you dead? Yes.
Cool.
Like
Yeah.
even against the
I'm gonna murder you now,
okay?
the
No
armored
doubt.
guys, the
You're-
travelers.
you're gonna-
Travelers.
You
yeah.
figure out
Travelers-
the,
but
you
the
figure out the
Travelers-
strategy of the combat system.
even
you can figure it out.
I like
But
the
even,
travelers. Those were
I
fun.
can't remember their names now.
Those
The
were a
two
good
sons
challenge,
of
but it wasn't an
Thor.
impossible challenge.
Oh,
Like those Valkyries.
Those
yes.
Valkyries just murder you.
Noped out.
That combat was better
But
too.
even that fight
Was
with the
better.
two sons of Thor,
because there was
I
a
can't remember their
strategy
names,
to it,
but-
and you can.
I found that
Really?
fight
I just whacked
probably
them.
better.
Yeah,
I like
But
that.
that was better because it was I found.
I agree
How do you
with
guys feel about the character development for the kid?
Oh,
So-
he,
He goes
did,
up and
he
down.
did his job exactly as it was supposed to be. As I hated him, understood him, felt bad for him, hated him again.
He
Like
got-
legitimately,
There was
that,
character
there's-
progression.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
part
that's
where
why I
you
said
like
like
him
you
at
can
the
see
end.
like when he finds out
Yeah.
who he is,
Yes.
he becomes a dick. Like
Yeah.
his dad, like his
Like
dad,
his dad did.
like his dad said he would.
Yeah.
Like this is why he didn't want to tell him. And then it's like, we can totally, we can just roll over
we're gods, man. We can do
Yeah.
whatever we want to do, and it's like legitimately you're learning about. And the head is even going like, dude, I'm trying to tell you
chill.
about like
Yeah.
all these gods. Who
No,
did things for the
wait,
good
don't worry,
reasons
I
of-
got this.
Yeah,
I'm a
it's
god.
like,
I'm
head,
a
shut
god.
up. I'm a god now.
Yeah.
It's like you're still 10.
And it's just like, yes, you hate him, but
Oh,
it's
no,
but it's the reason why the dad, like that's why Kratos
Yeah.
didn't want to tell him.
Yes.
But Kratos also didn't do the right thing of like, listen, I was a dick and it didn't work out, and that's why we've been living in
Yeah.
the woods for the last
Also,
however long.
bad
like-
dad.
Bad dad.
Yeah, bad dad.
He's not the greatest father.
He's a good father figure, but he's still a bad dad.
He
He
grows
tried.
to be a
Exactly.
better
He grows-
father. as
Exactly.
the
They
game
both
goes on.
grow
They
very
both-
well.
That was the point. It was a growing journey
Exactly.
for both of them.
Which
So
is
I-
so
Father,
different from
son.
any other God of War game.
Mm-hmm.
You
Makes
mean
me
where
wanna
he
have a
just
kid.
like killed things
Yes.
and like had sex
Yes.
with people and
Yes.
stuff? Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
Yeah.
Press circle to have sex.
Yeah.
I like that they brought back his
The chains.
the chain, the
Yeah.
blades.
Yeah.
That
so
was
good.
That
That
was
sequence
great.
is
Go
so
back and
satisfying.
That was so. It
Oh.
was super satisfying.
And if you've played the old God of War games, those callbacks to those characters,
Well, but even Athena's showing up. Like I haven't played the old
Athena,
games,
Yeah, I didn't
but
play
I
the
get-
Athena, Zeus,
Yeah,
like
but he's
those
running
guys.
away from his past, and I
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
that, and you see it, and you feel it, and you're like, damn.
yeah,
there's
like I
something
didn't
very
feel I need to play God of like the previous
No.
God of Wars to play
They
it.
did a
And
very
I
good job.
still
You
got,
didn't have to.
which
No.
was great.
No.
Yeah.
They did a good job. Like those callbacks hit, even if
It was
'cause
just-
I know he kills the Greek gods. I know
Yeah,
he takes.
and I
out
know the
Zeus,
Greek gods
I know-
just-
yeah.
And just seeing
Pretty
that
much the
sequence
end
with,
of the world at the end of that one.
and seeing what happens with Athena at the end of God of War 3 for fans who have played all those, having her come back as that character she is, it's like, oh, right, because she, like, spoilers for God of War 3, she doesn't actually die. She
Yeah.
doesn't actually die in 3.
Can't remember.
Like, he ends up, like, stabbing her with whatever, but she still, like, lives on.
Yeah.
Still, yeah.
So,
Oh, I thought everybody died at the end of that.
No, not everyone dies.
so yeah, no.
That game was
solid
aw-
game, and yeah,
I really loved. I felt very I felt this might like cause problems. I felt that was more of a Zelda game than Breath of the Wild.
a lot of games were more Zelda
Just
games
because
than Breath of the
they're
Wild.
kind of like dungeons and puzzles to solve in the environment.
And even when you're done, you can go back.
you can
and
still
do
do
them again.
yes.
Yeah.
To unlock the Valkyries.
No, fuck
Stupid
the
Valkyries.
Valkyries.
Yeah.
I got one.
Noped out.
How many did you get?
I got one.
Yeah.
I tried to
don't-
find a
no
second.
doubt.
And
I don't think I got
I tried
one.
the second one.
But
and
once
she-
I figured it out, I was
I
like,
think the
this
first
is
Valkyrie
this
I
is fun
found was like
combat.
Valkyrie number 7. and it like wiped the floor with me, and I'm like, these aren't fun. Good day.
I need to go back and get.
You need to have a lot of upgrades to go to those.
Yes,
and
yeah,
the
that's
two
the big
extra
thing.
worlds. There was armor that you.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
like the maze world. That one's fun.
Yeah.
The
But-
frost,
but
yeah,
the-
the frost one.
Which one was that one?
You go in and there's like the miasma fog that kills you slowly, so you have to like keep fighting things as you go through.
Oh, okay.
And it gives you more and more stuff the farther you get, and then you can unlock better
one of the
armor.
armors is in
Mm.
there.
Yeah.
Once you get the set.
So that the Valkyries
Valkyries
don't just
become
one hit
easier.
you, and you're
But
like.
those
okay.
challenges I liked, like even the fire, like the fire one.
I never went through
Yeah.
them. So
Oh no, they're a blast. Like the fire one is legitimately they throw bad guys at you with challenges, so you have to beat all three of them at roughly the same time.
Yeah.
Because one of them can resurrect the other, or they resurrect after 30 seconds. So you have to kill one, kill the next, but you pretty much it's like, okay, I'll wind down your health, I'll wind down your health, I'll wind down your health, and now
then
kill and kill
bam!
and kill. Because otherwise, it's like you kill one of them, you're like, yeah.
Probably the most satisfying thing to throw the axe and just call it back.
Yeah.
Yes.
So good.
I don't know what it
Yeah,
is.
it
Yeah,
felt
it's
exactly
just
like Thor.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's exactly.
Well, and the
same-
nice part
same
was
creators
the same
as-
creators.
same
They,
creators
they
as-
roped that one in where it's
Yeah.
like, yeah, we made Thor's hammer, and I'm like, that's when it comes back to me.
Yeah.
The dwarves were good.
The doors, I love the character,
Yeah.
like how they're back together.
I
We got them back together.
love that he's like everything's so messy and dirty.
I know.
I'm just a germaphobe. No,
Germophobic
no.
dwarf.
He drops the weapon. Like he's just holding it with. He's like,
Like this brother, you can carry that giant axe just like this.
Yeah, can you wipe it off first, please?
The
the Kratos like,
the
no.
germaphobe. Yeah, those two brothers were great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
they
the
were lovely.
personalities really came out. And
Yeah.
Well,
Right.
because there wasn't
The
a lot
character-
of characters to write for,
No.
so
The characters that they
Oh.
did write for was amazing. Like
Was
the witch
great.
was good.
Yeah,
Freya?
First
Freya was
Freya.
great.
Frigga.
Freyga.
Stories of Freyja?
Spoilers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Yeah, we've mentioned that already, but yeah, Frigga is.
I
She's
can't pronounce
amazing.
things.
Well, no, so she's if you watch again if you go to the Thor movies, that's
Oh,
That's
Rene
the-
Russo.
yeah.
Or not, yeah, Rene Russo.
the wife of
things are
The wife of
Odin.
Odin.
Which is what makes her
Which is
so
why
good.
when they're like, and I'm sitting there like the whole time I'm like, I knew who she was for the longest time. Her I pulled out of my hat like right away.
Oh, I didn't.
I thought maybe Baldur could have been Loki at the beginning,
Yeah.
Yes,
and then they started mentioning Thor, and we never get to flip and see
Yeah.
him.
Yeah,
I was
exactly,
like,
right.
oh, all right, cool.
But they
But yeah,
built
no, I
this
know
world.
who Frigga was like.
But they
right
built this
away.
world with so many potential possibilities of like.
Well, and that's
characters
where it got me, where it's like there's still portals in
And
that
I still
portal
have-
room where I'm like,
Still
Oh, yeah.
Heimdall to go.
So in the
Yeah.
special,
And-
like, do they explain who?
We're gonna watch the
Kratos'
special
wife
We're gonna
is?
watch
the
it. We're not
special
gonna
ending
spoil
later.
it. You want to know.
But do they explain who Kratos' wife is?
they explain
that's
she's
so
a giant.
They explain she's
Oh,
a
yeah,
frost
oh,
giant.
they did,
That's the regular
right.
ending.
Right.
She's
That's
a
the
frost
regular
giant.
ending. She's a
She just-
frost
she just-
giant.
Which is why it's like, oh,
Right.
oh, then she's
Sorry, I
he's
have
against
the
Loki
worst
because
memory.
he's
I
a
have the
frost
worst
giant.
memory
It's-
ever.
He's a god of both worlds.
As soon as you find out she's a frost giant, you're like, that kid is Loki.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so great. 'Cause
I got as soon as they
Okay,
said she was a
since there.
frost giant, I'm like,
oh my god, they can't not ruin. They can't not use that character.
you had another name as a child, and I'm like, oh, snap.
Ah,
You
what
guys
does
are
your mom
smarter
want to
than I
name
am.
you? Mom wanted to name you Loki. Ah.
the process of what could happen in a sequel with him not knowing whatever this ending, like the secret ending was, like now that he's Loki,
It makes
It's
it makes
gonna
the,
be
it
like the
makes
next
interesting.
game.
it makes that secret ending a little bit like, oh cool, that's what that direction they're gonna go.
But that
for.
Okay.
next game with him being in it, if he is your partner again, sort of thing, that changes a whole lot. Like he's
Yes.
not just bow and
Oh.
arrow kid anymore.
no.
Now
He's
got,
gonna
like,
be-
yeah,
Diversion.
huh?
Diversion.
Well, yeah, like he's got powers now.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like
Should.
And he
you
knows that he has
He'll
powers.
grow into him.
Yeah.
which is the nice piece because again, there's your
And now you might have a father figure that knows how to
you can
teach him.
unlock,
A good
powers.
Loki?
You can unlock Loki. You can unlock
good
powers.
Loki.
You can unlock powers for Loki. You
Be
can
a
do all
dick
sorts
Loki?
of stuff. Yeah.
Or you could have like I could see the next game
No,
having
they
a branching character
They
path
always
for
built these good.
that character
yeah.
of like this is a good Loki and then this is a
I
bad
think
Loki
that
depending
this
on
game
what
did
the
play a
actions
good
are.
job.
But they've,
of-
I
but they've
can see
always
that.
done
That'd
that
be
because you always
instead of
assume
having
that, let's say,
Craig-
Zeus
Sure, it was the
was
like,
a good guy.
Yeah.
You know, he was a kind of a dick.
He's a huge ass.
If you ever read Greek
Your
mythology,
face.
I was, but
literally
Disney,
a
Disney
dick.
made him out to be a really smiley kind of guy, guys.
I played Kingdom Hearts
Wait,
3.
what's-
I
whose
know how it
voice is that
happens.
again? Who's
Huh?
Zeus was
Who's
No,
the
you-
voice for
you
Zeus?
think
that
some of
you-
these
the very
gods
like
that look
homey,
good
Yeah.
homey
are not
voice.
so good.
no. As inaccurate as God of War 1, 2, and 3 was,
Yeah.
it was actually pretty accurate to the gods.
yes, yes, it was
Very accurate to the gods. Other than the
Zeus will
killing
go
them
sleep
part.
with anyone.
That's
Yeah.
why Taurus, like the whole point to Taurus, the like constellation is he was sleeping around with some chick, and the dad found out or whatever
Yeah,
it
and
was.
he sent Taurus.
No, so he became a bull and ran. Like that was his shtick.
Well, I
was-
thought he created Taurus and sent Taurus out to go.
No, he was the bull. Like that's how he came to this
Ah.
woman all the time. Was like, "Hey, baby, what up? Like, open your window. I'm a coming in." So
Figuratively.
whenever she saw this bull, that was that was her. Like, oh, I'm getting lucky
Yeah.
tonight.
I love the Norse.
And then the dad
Like,
found out, and
all the
apparently
Greek and
Zeus
Norse
ran away. Or
mythology.
no, Hera found out. Or
Yes,
one of his
Hera-
wives found out. So he's like,
And
I'm
then
gonna
they
take
sent,
off as a bull.
And Hera sent something else to go
Yeah,
kill him
well,
after. And
Sure.
there's
Hera
another
wanted
cons-
him dead all the time.
Yeah.
God of War's great, guys.
Yeah.
Yes.
Either way,
God of
cool
War,
cool game, cool.
Cool.
Totally.
Loved
Yeah,
it.
The Norse mythology was just
It's a good
so,
change.
so much bigger.
And legitimately
It
though,
is.
that game finished, and I'm just sitting there going, there are so many gods left, and so
I
many
know,
portals.
right?
So I'm just like,
So many gods
want
left
more!
to kill.
well,
I
so then I'm
wanted
online.
more.
Well, then I'm online going like, how to open portal to Asgard? Because must go kick
Or
Odin's
Va-
butt.
or Vanna, or
There's so many
Or
other
Thor's.
portals
yeah.
that weren't unlocked,
go-
and that's where like even they talked about. Well, the DLC was too ambitious, so now we're just gonna get God of War
2.
Two.
Whenever.
Whenever
that
Or-
happens to be, and it's like, damn it, because it's so
And it took
teasing
them
that
s-
it's there, and it's just like,
And it took them
It
so long to
is.
make this one too.
I know,
which
and
is
that's where
crazy.
DLC would be
but
the
I think you
nicer
have
way
the
to go.
groundwork.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
there.
Yeah,
It's
not
exactly.
gonna
It's
take
there.
long for
No,
you.
they should
Yeah.
have it there.
Yeah, I just wish there was. Yeah,
So God of War. Great.
God of War.
Yes.
Great game.
Now continue on to where you were going to before you just left God of War behind.
Sorry, I thought I was supposed to talk about it later.
It's pretty great.
I'm not the brightest guy.
We got
Talk
you. That's
about
why
God
we're
of
here.
Memories back.
God love God of War.
Speaking of Norse mythology.
You can't even speak either.
No, I can't.
Okay, moving
I
on.
can't pronounce English.
Moving on, keep going.
Moving on to Chris.
Northgard.
Moving on to Chris.
Really cool game that we got from the Humble Bundle. It's
Yes.
like the halfway point between Age of Empires and Civilization.
So I won't
It's
enjoy
an
any of this.
It's an RTS.
I won't enjoy
RTS.
any of this.
Like, so Civ is like a turn-based,
I don't like
but
Civ.
you have different ways of winning.
Love Civ.
You don't have to just dominate and kill other people.
Isn't
you
that
can
not
win.
how you do it?
No, you can win
Yeah,
peacefully.
you can win
Gandhi.
peacefully
With the
through,
nuke.
through religion, through
Gandhi with the
politics, through finances.
Yeah.
That's how you. But so Northgard is more of a simpler version of Civ, but it's an RTS where it's not turn-based. So that's kind of cool. You're always doing something. Civ, you always had to wait for your turn, which
Age of
took
Empires.
forever sometimes. So Age of Empires was a nice RTS.
Yeah. Because that was the same thing.
Yes.
You build certain things and you go to
Yeah.
a different age.
And then someone could start
Yes.
killing you, and you're like, oh, okay, I gotta stop that.
But I don't have nukes yet, though. How do I defend against them?
With my spearman.
Oh, okay.
With a wall.
Okay,
Yeah.
China.
So Northgard takes that thing where you can win in another way of just dominating. You can
Cool.
win through like lore. You can, and the cool
I'm
thing
gonna,
is,
I'm gonna
Religion.
I'm
win
gonna lure
them.
you to death.
I'm gonna win you with so many good stories.
well, the cool thing is, you can, like, here's a
Throw
giant
it
book.
We're
It's a
throwing them
Bible.
off.
Meet my dictionary. Whack.
It's a Bible.
Yeah.
Well, you can meet like corrupted Valkyries. You can meet the giant race, the Frost Giants.
Because
from
it is
Jotunheim.
it's another Norse.
Yeah, and then you can
Okay.
It's a
meet
Viking RTS.
other.
So
Can
Vikings
you
with nukes.
side with the Frost Giants to take over everything.
You can.
I might as well.
You
Like,
can
they are the
ally with the
biggest.
Frost Giants so that they don't,
Game
so that
over.
you can go through their territory without them killing you. While any other factions, if they go through, the Giants will attack them.
Sounds like
you
a
can
good.
befriend.
Can I
this...
be the Frost Giant?
No.
Oh, well then. And then I just press the win button.
At one point, you can
Yeah.
control
It's the
the
win
Frost
button.
Giant, and they do a lot of damage.
But
Like
I want
the
that-
giant, they go
But I want to be that the
No.
whole
Can you-
game.
Can you interbreed your people with the
No.
Frost Giants to
There's
bring
no
a superior
breeding.
race
No.
Loki's.
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 with a bunch of tricksters?
No. Not that I'm aware of yet.
Where does the Thor come in?
So they do talk. So they incorporate the lore as in like
Religion Thor.
I
you
was
can
just
get
gonna
like
say, is this like Age of Empires where you can have religions and that kind of
yes,
stuff?
yes.
Build temples, pray to people.
Thor.
Odin.
And then you can meet certain things like you can get this bird hawk thing that
By
will,
Odin's beard.
Odin.
that'll like
The crows?
How many crows do you have to kill?
no, it's not. It's like
crows.
those, almost
Oh,
like a
the
griffin
ravens?
looking
Hate those
thing,
Oh,
but it's
all right.
It's another Norse mythology bird type.
Hippogriff?
It's not. I don't know what it is.
I like hippogriff.
It's like a fen.
Yay.
Yes.
Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
Gesundheit?
Yeah.
I'm a Hufflepuff.
And then you could find the world tree, and if you take control of the world tree, you can win that way.
Yggdrasil?
Yggdrasil?
Yes.
Yggdrasil.
Yggdrasil?
You can make the Sword of Odin, and then just that makes you win the whole game.
So, like, I just go dead.
No, you don't even swing. You just
Just
pick it up.
You
just
created it.
you
It's like
created
picking up
it,
the
you're
sword
done.
of the stone.
I am
You're
Odin.
Arthur.
Look at,
I am
look at-
Arthur.
Look
Wait,
at,
yeah,
look at me, look at me. I am
I'm
Odin.
I am Odin.
now. Look at me, look at me.
Look at me.
Loses, all of a sudden your eye just explodes. You're like, what happened? You're Odin now. Oh.
Oh,
You win also too.
Yeah.
Oh,
sweet.
But I don't have an eye.
but you're Odin.
But you're Odin.
It is hard to get those wins though, because you have to fight a lot of Valkyries, and those Valkyries will.
Nope.
Just
Sounds
Nope.
like
No,
God
just like God of
of
War.
War.
Just like God of War.
That's the cool
Sounds
thing,
like-
right?
Sounds
So it's out
Run
God
up
of
the
War.
Valkyries,
It's like,
nope.
it's like oh,
You
frost
stab.
You
guys.
see the room.
No.
Just slaps you. It's
Nope.
like, nope, dead.
Yeah.
Oh.
You don't even get it to slap you. Just walk away.
Yeah, just
Nope.
nope out.
That's- But this made me think, including with God of War and Northgard, made me think of like the Marvel movies, how they made Jotunheim sound very like evil frost giants.
Yes.
And the frost giants, I think, are actually
It's a
supposed
different,
to.
it's a different dimension.
But again, it's the different.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Different
Well,
universe.
sorry, it's like a different perspective.
Yeah.
It's-
But I guess original Norse mythology, the frost giants were quite peaceful and less provoked or something.
Yeah, Odin was
Thor-
just like,
because no one wanted
Well,
to
yeah, I
piss him
guess.
off.
I guess.
Also,
that is true.
Thor is a
Thor and
dick.
Odin are pretty.
Odin's a dick.
Yeah.
Odin
All
was a
gods
dick.
are dicks.
Yeah.
Gods are dicks.
I think we've learned that through the God of War series.
Yeah,
That was
God-
pretty much. That was
All
pretty much
gods are
Kratos'
dicks.
biggest problem. Is just like
Gods are
It's like, why don't you
stupid.
tell him he's a god? Because gods are jerks. It's like, well, but if he knows, it's like he'll become a jerk. And it's like, eh.
Let's see what happens.
He'll find out what the kid will find out eventually. I know
No, he won't.
I know.
Not if I cut his head off.
What are you? You're
We're talking about Northgard right now.
Northgard.
Cool RTS.
It's an
that,
RTS game. Now, is this co-op? Is there co-op in this RTS game?
There's multiplayer. I'm assuming we could
Oh, we
be
fight each other?
a lot allied. Like
So we
if
fight
we could,
each other?
We could be.
I want to be
allies.
the Frost Giants.
All right. Tony's not playing.
I also am not a huge RTS guy.
I love
okay.
I am, but
I like
Like
RTS.
it takes a very specific RTS, like Command and Conquer.
Command and Conquer was
I
a
thought about
great
that.
RTS. I
I thought
loved
about-
Command and
I
Conquer
never
so
got
much.
into Command and Conquer.
I like
It was
Command
so
and
good.
I thought about that the other day.
That was
'cause
one of the ones I never got into. Everybody was Command and Conquering. I was still, I think, Warcraft 2ing.
Yeah, Warcraft.
really
came
good
at
on
the same
EA for
time.
not like monetizing on Command and Conquer because you can actually buy it or get the digital free version of the first Red
Yes.
Alert,
Yeah.
and it's like they don't.
Red
care.
Alert was great.
That's the
where?
yes.
to get a
Tell me
war
about this
bear.
after.
Anyways,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
You also got another game with that on the
Mutant Road to Eden.
Yeah.
So this game is
Yeah,
like
friends.
XCOM.
It's the XCOM game, but it's mutants.
Yeah, and it's really cool. I just kind of touched it. I
Is it
never
as
really
difficult
get,
as
Gently?
Ragecom?
I didn't get very far.
It's the XCOM people.
Oh, okay, so it is
Gently
Ragecom.
or-
It's basically Ragecom then. All right.
Gently,
I hate.
very gently.
So
You
dis-
grazed it.
I just touched it.
Grazed
And
it.
then it
Did you,
killed.
did you ask for consent first? That's
Yes.
Did it kill you right after?
all that matters.
Did it just completely rape you up the butt afterwards?
I
Yeah, that's
didn't
waited
get-
that long.
I
Because
didn't
that's
get
what
that far
Ragecom
in.
does.
The tutorial level normally doesn't have that happen.
No.
So.
But the story is interesting. At least it's obviously post-apocalypse, post-us. They actually say like the
Post-us.
pig guy.
Post-humans, yeah, because it's pigs and ducks. And
Yeah,
ducks,
the
like-
pig guy
Do you
actually
make your
says
own mutant?
not
You
at
make-
first so far. I don't think
Okay.
you ever make your own.
That's
He
not-
grazed it. He hasn't gotten so far.
Okay.
But-
Start off as the
Because
duck and
when,
the pig.
when you say mutant, I always think of like I can make my own. It's got a duck head, a pig body,
What kind of
and
mutants
then
are you
like
creating.
mutants, dude.
Well, this
Not
duck
very
and the
good
pig,
ones.
they're pretty mutiny.
You got little duck.
You picked a duck and a pig.
Yeah, mutant.
Were
Of
they
all the
standing
animals
next
you
to
put
each
together,
No,
That's
no,
what
no.
you're gonna pick.
That's what you do when you make a mutant.
you make a minotaur.
No, you evolve whatever was there before. It's
A
like the
griff-
Mutant Ninja Turtles. They were turtles. They became bigger turtles.
But when I think mutant, I think like genetically. I'm up.
You're
with the
going
head.
Resident Evil mutant.
Well-
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you're going Biohazard mutant.
Yeah,
I'm going
you're
like
going-
Ninja Turtle mutant.
No, no.
You can mutate these guys to enhance their abilities.
Okay, but
So-
you can't just be like,
Yeah.
now he's got flippers so he can swim.
You could.
I have no idea. I've gone that far. But this does pretty much explain like the board. Like it's like he's talking to you, saying, "After you guys have done this and like and all your plagues and destroy this, this is our time."
It's pretty much Fallout meets XCOM.
Yeah,
Rage
and
Call.
and so far the game mechanics is really cool. I really like it, but
Nice.
I just haven't played it because there's other
There's
stuff.
other stuff we
You
can
got a
do.
lot of gold.
So.
Yeah, yeah.
But I'd highly recommend it. Graphics are really nice. The first level I did, you can like, before you actually get into a fight, you can sneak and place your
I was trying. I thought it said Barbie,
Barbie.
where you
No.
scratched out
No.
brake mirror.
Diggy
for-
saw that.
Yeah, it
Um,
looks like Barbie now.
Barbie, you
We're
play
not talking about it.
Barbie Horse
We're
Adventure.
not talking about what he did with that.
Oh, all right. Oh yeah, the Barbie thing. Yeah.
Barbies.
Enlighten me.
No, we don't want to.
What else have you done?
And then I just started watching stuff. I actually subdued to Black Mirror, and I just binge watched and finished everything.
Everything.
Oh, you.
Yeah,
It's not hard.
It is really good.
Yes, it is.
The first season was just so disturbing. I think that's what put me off. But after it gets better, it does get way better.
Oh yeah.
Like-
That first episode is one
I
of
haven't
those
watched
ones.
any of it, so I don't
Some
know.
of the episodes are kind of boring.
I think
there's one that was boring.
Of
I was
all
like,
of them
"Eh."
so far, San Junipero is still my favorite.
Yes, I like San
San
Junipero.
Junipero is still my favorite, even after the new seasons.
Yeah, the season 4 finale was fun.
Oh God, yes.
That was very
Oh yeah.
nostalgic.
It was one of those things where you're just like, oh, this is one giant episode.
Yes.
Because it's an anthology series within an anthology episode.
Mm-hmm.
It's so wild. Because so
Good show.
so good, so good.
I accidentally wrote Broken Mirror.
I know what you did.
Oh, okay.
You broke a mirror.
Well, he wrote Broken Mirror, and then he tried to write it as Black
after
Mirror,
you
but now
called
it
it
looks
Black
like
Mirror,
Barbie
you
Mirror.
tried
It doesn't look like Barbie.
From here it does, upside down.
I don't know what it looks like. I can't even read that.
Yeah, I was trying to decipher it, and I'm like, Barbie?
Barbie?
You played with Barbies.
Then because it was on Netflix, I tried to watch this Roma movie that got 2 Academy Awards for Best Director and Best Cinematography.
and
I have not heard
I
of
did not finish this movie. It is the most boring, one of the most
That's
boring
why it
movies
won
If
an
it is, I was
Academy
gonna say,
Award.
if it got has an Oscar, it's usually boring.
And
Black Panther was not.
Usually.
It also didn't win for Best Director or Best Cinematography. Usually, like, the best directors and writers and that kind of stuff usually go
So
to the
artsy.
most boring stuff
so
out there.
artsy.
So the
Super artsy.
this,
whatever.
this movie was
cinematography
purely
is-
made for artsy fartsy because it's made in black
not
and
you.
white.
Oh,
It is
that's
not me.
already.
Or not us, I should say.
No.
Already
So
lost.
it's made in black and white, and the only reason, as I can tell from all the rest of the internet as well, is the reason why he does this is he has some still shots where he wants you to imagine the color there. Like there's a lot of like shots where you're just staring at the house. There's no people in it, or you're staring at a forest. And then there's a fire that starts, and you're just supposed to. I thought it was fireflies at first.
I'm confused. Is this like the ending of Endgame? Or is it this black and white movie where there's no one in it?
There are people in it. It's basically about
Black and
a
white,
life
'cause it's
of
ash covering
of,
everybody.
Yeah, see?
These
It's-
Mexican,
not
this,
sure-
these
not
Mexican,
sure
this
Endgame
Mexican
or-
maid who's taking care of this rich, more Caucasian Mexican, more Spaniard
Alright.
family. The story is just an everyday life of a family that's going through their own problems.
Glad Brian watched this.
It's a super.
I have
I
no
don't-
I didn't
I
even.
don't
Now
ever
I don't
watched it.
have to.
I have no interest in this before.
don't think
I
ever
still have
would.
no interest in this now.
Like I can understand why I got best cinematography. Like they were very attentive to details in their shots. Don't know why it's best director though. I would not have given this best director.
What year did it win? That's
This year.
Just this year.
oh,
And it's based off in the 1970s Mexico. But
okay.
I did not
watch
like
Narcos
this
for
movie.
that.
I was just
Yeah.
gonna say that might be a better Mexican story. There's a couple seasons of that too.
A few.
Yeah.
Very boring movie.
Okay, so
And you
good.
see it-
So-
Do not watch Roma. All right.
Good
And
to
you
know.
see a man's
Alright.
penis while he's doing like kung fu.
Okay, after you watch the Big Mouth, it's
I was just gonna say, you
Big
know
mouth
what?
that.
At this point, nudity is one of those things where I'm like, all right.
I still
it's
have
fine.
decent nudity.
Desensitized.
I'm not desensitized yet. I can't do it.
watch Big Mouth.
I don't
As-
know.
Seriously.
As long as it actually fits, I'm like, cool.
This did not fit.
There's a movie coming out that people are someone posted on Reddit the other day, and it's called Porno, but it's actually about these guys who run a movie theater, or they're working in a movie theater, and they go into the basement and they find this old movie, and I believe it's called Porno. So they go to play it, and it unleashes like a succubus.
Okay.
So everybody's like, this could be like a cool thing about porn
like-
and this and that and everything else. Da, 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 da. And someone's like, nope, I've seen it. It's literally just gratuitous nudity and violence. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, all right.
All right. Weird.
Otherwise, yeah, it's like, this could be neat, but it's like, no, this isn't what
I don't recommend Roma.
Okay.
Short
That's what I'm
story.
getting at.
Short story.
And then I needed something entertaining, so I watched Kong Skull Island.
How is I've heard
I
good.
liked it.
I liked it. It was entertaining, and I
Because-
liked the post credits.
Okay.
I can't remember.
It just
Adds more.
hinted to his fight with Godzilla and maybe Mothma and
Spoilers.
Well,
I don't care.
Kong's not in the new Godzilla movie.
Not yet.
Yeah, there's a roadmap for that one.
Yeah, the Kong universe, the Kong series.
Monsters.
I think
The
they are.
Kong's
Yeah,
not.
they're
The Darken universe.
they in
No.
the Kong Skull line. They talked about it. They talked about this world that we don't know about, where there's all these large,
Yeah, but
godlike monsters.
and Kong also took back in the past.
Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
So this is before
Yeah.
Godzilla.
Yeah. So this is before Godzilla.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But after, and also before Pacific Rim, with monsters and kaiju's.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Technically, Godzilla's a kaiju.
Yes.
Technically,
Yes, he
Godzilla
is.
is kaiju.
Yes,
Yeah.
he is.
So I like that movie.
A man-made kaiju.
Yeah, it was a good movie.
Good movie.
It's on my list.
I haven't seen that one.
It's a solid movie.
It's on Netflix.
It is. It
Yeah.
keeps saying
Everything's
watch
on
it.
Netflix.
Yeah, everything on it.
Not everything.
It's getting there.
Netflix.
There's
There's
this-
way too much stuff for me on. Like at
It's-
this point,
my
I'm like, I
list
should
is
cancel
like-
my Netflix subscription because it's like I should watch this, and it's like I'm not in the mood. Game Grumps. I should honestly get YouTube Premium.
Yeah.
It would probably be more beneficial to me than YouTube.
I think the YouTube Premium stuff that I would benefit most from is no ads.
Right, like that's what I'm saying. Is
That's
like
my thing. I hate
Yeah.
ads.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay, I can go for it. I finished Carmen San Diego recently. I the Netflix one.
nice.
Speaking of Netflix shows, it's actually a really good show. That cartoon, have you guys finished?
No, I haven't even
I
started.
watched the first episode.
It's so good.
It's really
Oh,
good.
we're
And then-
high-fiving for things now.
But you know what though? It adds so much more to that series.
Not watching
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
You guys should totally watch Carmen San
I
Diego.
watched the first episode.
The last episode.
Carmen
is
is
Animation,
like-
is
Sabrina.
yeah,
Umbrella. Academy.
Umbrella.
Umbrella, yeah.
Just
But yeah, finished Carmen San
Ton.
Diego. Super
Punisher.
good.
I didn't expect the twist at the
Didn't-
end.
did- well,
at the end of the season.
I expected something to happen.
I
didn't expect that. I
didn't
expected
expect
something.
that.
There was a character twist. There's a couple character sequences in the last episode, which is like, okay, cool. This is where this is going now,
Yeah.
and they leave it to more seasons down the road.
Well, obviously.
So they've planted a lot of character.
The seed.
They planted the
They
seed.
planted plenty
The
of
Carmen
seeds.
seed.
The lady who does the voice of Carmen San Diego is going to voice Velma.
Oh, interesting. Good choice. I guess. I don't know. Doesn't matter to me. It's a voice. Doesn't matter.
Jinkies.
So
That's not her.
I don't.
Then that's not Velma.
I'm not- she's a voice actor.
Well,
I know-
she's an actress for realsies because that's
For
Jane the
realsies.
Virgin. But like
I think she's got depth. She can do it.
I don't know.
I'm
That's
fine with
Scooby Doo movies.
I know. I'm kind of with Nick. Like she
I'm-
needs to hit that. She needs to hit that Velma voice.
I'm
or
sure
it's
she
not
can.
gonna be Velma.
I'm sure she can do it. I'm sure.
I'm worried. But we'll see.
Anywho.
So finished.
Continue.
Finished Carmen San Diego. We finished Dragon Prince.
Not watched it.
I was kind of
I'm
sad
not
that
gonna
it
get on board
ended
with that one. So.
I know.
because I didn't expect that to be the ending of the season 2 of part 2 of
Watching that Avatar show that they talk about all the time.
It's so good.
Avatar's
Oh,
pretty
which one
good.
was that?
Avatar's pretty good.
With
That
the arrow?
Yeah, that
Guys,
bald,
are we
yeah,
watching-
the
are we
bald
talk-
kid with the
are we
down
talking about
vote
the
on his
tempted?
forehead.
Don't
I've
watch
been
the
tempted.
movie.
Are we talking? Are we talking?
I watched
Okay,
the cartoon.
Are we talking about Avatar, guys?
Yeah, the one with the
I
down.
can talk about Avatar instead.
The one with the down vote
Avatar's
arrow on
freaking
his
No,
great.
you
forehead.
got, you got
Avatar's
your
freaking,
stuff.
Avatar's freaking great. I
got
can
your
talk about
dragon.
Avatar all day.
You got your dragon.
That's the story, the character development, the
Such a
humor.
good show.
So if I ever watch it, I'm just not bringing it up here. 'Cause I'm totally going.
It's a great show, guys.
I'll talk to you about it, Jody.
Dragon King.
So
Dragon
Dragon
Prince.
So yeah,
He's not a king.
So they-
He's not a king
Getting
yet. That's
there.
season 3.
he's getting there.
There's no
There.
season
He
3,
will
it's
get
season
there.
2.
I really appreciated the way the characters developed
Yes.
along the way, because it's like, oh, watching these characters be evil, but not really be evil.
Spoilers.
It's
No.
you see it a mile away.
Yeah.
You see it like 10 miles away.
Well, now I don't have to watch the show.
No.
Or going
But
to
they're
anywhere.
dragons.
Wasn't
And
going
then-
to anyway.
and the dragon-
I got a show coming up here that has dragons in it, and I would rather watch that.
What's that?
Game of Thrones.
What's that?
Final season of that. That's my dragon show.
What's that?
Too much nudity again, just in the
Whoa,
first season.
what? Or no?
I need more naked
No.
Emily Clark. Is that her name? Is that the
It's
actress?
not really her being
Amelia?
naked
It's not
anymore.
her naked anymore. It's a body double. She refused to get naked anymore.
Doesn't matter. It's
After
close
season,
Who's
Close
Emily?
The dragon lady.
the dragon lady.
enough. I don't care enough.
She was in Solo.
Oh, okay.
I don't care enough about any of those things in Game of Thrones.
There's male
That's
nudity
my
in that show,
dragon.
too.
Is there really?
There is.
Yeah.
Is there really Dom?
First or second episode. there
I
was-
don't remember.
Is
a
it
lot.
Aquaman's dong?
Yeah, he was huge.
I super don't remember
was
that
naked.
show.
He was
No.
naked at some point. I'm
Same
not sure
with
if
the
he's
other
on
guy.
But you don't see.
Yeah,
his,
you see his
don't
butt.
his dick.
I super don't remember.
You see.
But it makes sense for those people because legitimately, like, it's
Yeah,
it's
There
It's
were
that
no
era
names
how
at the
things were.
time.
well, but they're also nomadic people. Like,
Yes.
it's not that the actors, it's not that they're not willing to get naked. It's legitimately, again, that character, the way they live. It's like, oh yeah, they walk around naked
Yeah,
because
that's
to
their
them it's no big deal. I'm like, okay, then it's no big deal to me. It's totally fine. What else? But again, if it's just like I'm in the middle of a city and I'm just like it's hot out,
That doesn't make sense.
Do you not?
I'm like,
Do you not?
not that I'm gonna be like,
Depends on the city in that show.
If it's the NFL halftime show and you just take your shirt off.
Accidentally.
he got hot. What's
Oh,
the
yeah,
problem?
sure it is. I'm sure he did. So yeah, Dragon Prince season 2. It's really, really good. They've definitely fixed the animation up.
Yes, they
like
definitely
dramatically. It actually looks like a good cartoon now, rather than the I don't want to call it janky nature of it, the feel of it, like
Choppy?
the
They call it Jinkies.
the jinky nature of it all. Yeah, it was a little choppy before
Yeah.
the season, but they definitely cleaned it up for season
Yes.
2. They followed along with all the characters that I loved from the first one and added more in.
I
It
love
feels-
Bait.
Bait's great. Bait is a little like, is he a yellow toad?
Yeah, he's a glow toad.
He's a glow toad, and his color
So
change.
cute.
His color changes based off his emotion. So when he's yellow, he's normal. If
He's very tasty. That's why they're
I
almost
had to watch
extinct.
I had to watch Disenchantment.
I'm not. I'd rather watch
I-
more Dragon Prince than Disenchantment.
Yeah, I like
haven't.
Dragon Prince more than
It's
That's
okay.
Disenchantment.
You want to.
Yes.
Yes, as long as you guys
Spirit
want
of
to.
Because
the
season
high
2 is
five.
coming out soon.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
Nice.
Yeah.
pretty soon. They're working on that, which is good for macaroni. So we finished that.
Macaroni?
Macaroni.
Macaroni.
Okay, I heard macaroni.
Matt Macaroni.
I'm sure that joke is actually made is around here.
Somewhere on the interwebs.
Watched Nailed It Mexico,
Oh.
which I did not think I would watch that, but I
Is
would
it
watch
in
Spanish?
It is all in Spanish.
Nick out.
But there's the English voice. The English voice actors got really, really into it though. Because you know how original Nailed It is.
No, I really don't. As
It's
I've
very
never watched it.
eccentric. It's very loud. It's very in your face. It's very much that as well, especially with the English dubbing on it. It's exactly the same
I
thing.
think Nailed It would be a better show without that host.
It does not have her. It's a
All right, it's got 1+ so far.
Do I take back that half hour?
Not yet. No,
the
no,
the
no,
whole
no,
show is
no.
the same, except for they brought in all Spanish actors
Well, that
and,
makes sense.
and people.
I would hope so.
Yes, and it looks like the cakes and the desserts that they get them to make are 10 times more difficult than the original show. Like there's a lot more detail to some of them, and it's just terrifying watching them try to make it.
They don't bake like Idris Elba.
No. I would like to see Idris Elba as a guest host on one of those.
See, and the funniest part about watching that show, and I think it's the reason we don't, is because the amount of time they give them to do the things
It's
they're
not
making
realistic.
them do is not a realistic amount of time. So, like, it's like, oh, you have to bake this cake and then ice it. Well, if you ice a cake that came just out of an oven,
You got
Your
your icing's going to melt and
Right.
fall off. So that's why the cakes start looking like junk.
Yeah.
Like, we're watching it, and my wife's going,
and they
Probably
I-
kind of
I think
intentional.
the thing
It
is,
is.
they don't expect them to use the fast
blast
chill,
chill-
the blast
blast
chiller.
chiller.
They don't expect them to use it. Like I think one person used it in the entire Nailed It
Yeah.
Mexico, and that's it.
yeah. Because that's the piece. Like, we watch Kids Baking Championship, and those kids...
Those
like,
kids know.
They know. Sometimes, and every once in a while, like, they were making sugar cookies on the last
Oh, yeah.
episode. They had to make puzzle sugar cookies, and the one guy, instead of using flour when he was rolling his out, was using powdered sugar because it would sweeten up the cookie. And he's
Oh,
like,
no.
why is it so sticky? And I'm sitting there going, because you're using sugar, dum-dum. Like, even I know that.
Sugar sticky.
Yeah, watching them try to do cakes
Yeah.
was really infuriating on this Mexico one. And like I said, it was a lot more complicated because usually they do the two parts, like
There's
make
an
a-
easier one.
There's an easy one, like make a cupcake or whatever, and then one really, really elaborate cake.
Stylus, yeah.
And I think each of the cakes had some sort of like moving piece to it or some sort of moving
really?
part.
That's not fair.
No, and one of them was like, now you're making a turntable with the DJ, and the turntable moves, so make sure you make the piece that has the turntable rotating. I'm like, what?
Does it play
This
music
seems.
too?
I don't. No. They had to make a quinceañera cake, which is
That's a 15th birthday party.
15th birthday cake, which had like a water fountain behind it, and I'm like, you expect people to know
Quincy's,
how to
man. Quincy's.
quinceañera. So yeah,
There's another show on Netflix that involves a Spanish family that we
Dora?
watched. Yeah.
Sure. Dora the Explorer.
Oh, man, what's it
I
called?
don't know.
That live action movie's still coming out.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Same thing with Kim Possible.
Oh,
Really?
boy.
The actress for Kim Possible actually looks like Kim
It actually
Possible.
doesn't look
pretty,
half bad.
that's,
It doesn't look
that's
half
a,
bad. It's getting there.
that's a freaky one where I'm like,
So yeah, we started and finished it for Nailed It Mexico.
yep.
I think we just like that series because it's just fun watching people going like, oh yeah, it's so easy. Well, how could they fail? Oh, that's how. Everything just collapses.
Yeah.
And then Call of Duty Modern Warfare is on PlayStation Plus,
Free.
As a-
Free, I got
the remastered
hit
version.
that button.
Man, that game ages very well.
It does?
It does ages very
They
well, and also
updated it.
they also put a lot of work
I
into
was
it.
gonna say they updated it.
They put a lot of it's. I would almost.
They remastered it.
I would
even
like
says remastered.
I would liken it to when Metal Gear Solid
Yeah.
2 and 3 came out as a remaster. It's that level of polish.
Well, because they actually remastered.
They actually
didn't
went
HD
into
it. They remastered.
They went in and did
Redid
a lot of work.
everything.
And also, on top of that, the game just ages well as a gameplay standard.
Well,
like,
I mean,
it
it
just
was
works.
the first one that kind of got people into it. I
Yeah,
guess.
Yeah,
Well,
it really
got,
was.
it got into the first-person shooter genre of the modern, the
Yeah.
modern era, and it just plays really well. Like I had a whole lot of fun and just getting
Try playing
all
on
the
veteran.
all those memories of just like washing back and like,
Takes
oh
away some
man,
of the fun.
I'm climbing out of this drown or the sinking boat and everything's just all over the place. The water's coming everywhere. It's great.
One Day at a Time, by the way, is the show with it's a Mexican-ish type sitcom.
Okay.
It's not actually subtitles and all that stuff. It is an American-made thing, but the mom's a war veteran. She comes back. She's a nurse. She has 2 kids. Lives on her own in an apartment with her mom.
For this.
It's pretty funny actually, and it got canceled. And then so many people. It was a Brooklyn Nine-Nine thing where so many people complained. Netflix was like, "Oh, okay, we'll make more episodes."
Oh,
And in the tune of all that, the girls from Brooklyn Nine-Nine were on the season 2 premiere
Oh,
Oh,
as
that's fun.
nice.
as like family members of
That's
these
fun.
people.
Cool.
That's fun.
And it's like, oh yeah. And Rosa played the person that everybody thought was gay, but no one was saying anything about.
Ah.
And it's like, all right, you're right. So the one girl, the daughter in the show, came out on her quinceanera. That's why I know
Quinceañera.
what quincies are.
I saw it. I learned it from men. Nailed it. I learned it from Nailed It.
I'm learning about other cultures through TV.
Well, yeah. So
Donde
Call-
está la biblioteca?
Si no habla inglés, ¿por qué?
Yes.
Yes, Call of Duty
So
Modern
you're
Warfare.
liking it?
Oh yeah, freaking amazing. The game is still
What
good.
difficulty are you playing?
Regular. I think I'm gonna crank it up a little bit.
Yeah, you should. And
feel
then
like
you will see how much that game is still
Fun.
frustratingly fun.
Well, yeah, of course it's gonna be like you take more.
Oh,
less
some of
bullets.
those parts.
Oh yeah, I can only imagine. But it's still a fun game one way or the other.
Oh yeah, I'm saying that it's a
It's
good
so
game.
good. I don't.
It's just super frustrating at times.
I'm really looking forward to going online and playing on that like real small 4x4 map.
Yes.
In the it was in the shipping containers or something like that.
Oh, I can't remember what that one was.
I don't know.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was fun.
What?
Rockets only.
Get it from your phone too.
Rockets,
Yeah.
Rockets only. So I've been playing that, and then I kept playing Dragalia Lost on the
Yes.
phone, and man, that game is freaking addictive. It's basically like an MMO, but free to play. But I don't
So
feel.
you're admitting you're addicted.
Oh yeah, I'm addicted to this game.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I think like the first day I started playing it, I logged like 6 hours or 5 or 6 hours into it. It's a free to play dragons adventure game, and yeah, I'm playing through the story right now, and the story is basically in this world, people have to make pacts with dragons. It's basically an agreement to use each other's powers
Yeah.
in combat, and so you as the prince of this dragon lineage clan, I'm not sure what the specific details are, but you need to go to each of the 7 great dragons and create a pact with them all before the world ends, kind of thing, in order to solve
So
create peace
unite for the greater good.
essentially. And so each of the dragons has a very, very different personality when you get to it, and it's all just clicking. There's no choosing story paths or anything. It's all just a novel, basically. It's an extended digital novel, but in between those story elements are those combat sequences that you need to drag up. Like, to move the character, you're dragging your finger up on the screen and you're tapping the screen to attack, and automatically targets the enemies that you're going for, so you can kind of position your way around a specific enemy that if you want to attack that one or specific other ones. The thing is, it's based off, because it's a free-to-play game, it's all based off of like a number. So the bigger your number, the more damage you're gonna do, And so that's basically you're building your base up to create different elements to boost different characters' powers. You're building weapons, upgrading those weapons from older weapons. You're using items to increase your dragon's levels, your character levels.
If I pay them $25, do I get an I win button?
No, you don't. There's no I win button. It's very much a free to play game.
You gotta work
there's
for it, man.
there's
You have to pay
there's
for it.
summons that you can do. You can summon different items or different characters.
Yeah.
So and you can do like a 1 per day free summon, or you can use the in-game currency that you get.
Yeah.
I haven't found a limit, or I haven't found that I needed to throw money into the game, because they've been pretty generous in giving you all the in-game currency to unlock items, unlock characters. I can definitely see that being a thing later down the road, where it's like, oh, now I've hit the paywall where it's like I need to give them the money to get more characters. I can see that happening, but I haven't hit that yet. And of course everything you do in the game is stamina based.
Yeah.
So this mission you need 5 stamina, but I'm always like 100 over the current limit. I can see myself whittling.
Eventually that'll wear down.
Yeah, eventually that will wear down, and that's fine because then I'll probably start playing that game a little bit less because stamina will recharge.
Yeah.
There are co-op raid events happening right now in the game where you can actually play with other people online.
Cool.
4-player raids and 16-player raids,
Wow.
all free to play,
Nice.
which is cool. And again, all those are based off of different in-game currencies that you need to spend to play into that area.
Yep.
And that's fine. I know the current event is about to end, I think, like a Monday or something like that. It's where you can unlock a specific character. I'm not sure I can't remember what her name was, but I finished the main story for her, and now she's permanently in my arsenal of characters to select from, so which is cool. Yeah, like it's a cool game.
Nice.
I can just sink time into it like no one's business. And I don't know if it's maybe because it's on
That
my
is
phone.
addiction.
It's so good.
You have defined addiction. Congratulations.
This game is so freaking good. I love the art style of it. I love the story. I wish that there was an anime for it, because that's where a lot of this game is coming from. It feels like an anime.
Yeah.
There's a comic strip that you can follow in the game.
Yeah.
I think they're on chapter 70 something.
A manga?
A manga.
I know Japanese culture too.
Good job.
Princes!
Let's talk about Japanese, Mexican culture.
We're gonna get you in a hot pot in no time.
I am so worldly. Till it comes to food.
Yeah, it's basically, it feels like the story of an anime, which I'm not complaining at all. And yeah, it's a little bit repetitive because you're just clicking to read through the story. There's no, it's all the story is all told through character portraits. There's no actual animated sequences other than the first one that you go through. I don't know, I love it. I can see myself wearing out on it eventually.
Sure.
But by that time I'll be playing like Devil May Cry or something.
Yeah, that one's up.
Yeah, so Devil May Cry.
Yesterday.
It's definitely on my list.
Yeah, I can wait for that one to go on sale.
Yeah,
too.
I'll wait
Look at all the PlayStation 4 games I have. We're just waiting to go on sale.
Welcome to my life.
I know.
So I haven't yet put any of those VR games that I got from the library into my PlayStation because of dragons. I just sit on my bed and couch and just
Balance.
No.
Balance them.
Okay,
Game balance.
Okay, Thanos. Okay,
I can't do
Thanos.
that.
Who needs game life balance? Game
I can't-
balance.
Game-
But if I'm
Game
playing the
balance.
VR headset, I can't do this too.
Sure you can.
That's where I think that this trying to stream stuff has helped me with a lot of that, because it's like, play this one for a while, or that, or again, finding games where at least I can play with you guys has helped, because it's
I don't
like,
know if you guys have got Modern Warfare. Pretty sure there's an online.
I just got it.
There's online.
God,
It's online. We can shoot.
New online game.
that's why I had
Well,
to
not
do-
new. Old online game.
Old good online game. Let's be honest.
Yeah, that was still.
And apparently the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 got leaked on the ratings
Oh.
board as a remaster.
I think that's the one I played.
Oh yeah, that was a good one
I
too.
played.
I played all of them. I played all the Modern Warfare ones.
Yeah.
And I think that they're on track. There's a rumor that Modern Warfare 4 is coming.
See, and then I got into Battlefield, and I was like, this game is far superior for my play style.
Yeah, I think I remember that.
Yeah.
I think I'm a Call of Duty
Because you like
guy.
destroying the walls.
Well, no, it was just the way that you could shoot. Like Call of Duty, I'm very much like I run around like a crazy person and shoot people.
That's what you feel like most of the time, anyways.
Yeah,
Yes.
and that's what I tend
Plus
to.
you're sniping.
And I can't snipe in that game. I can snipe in Battlefield. Like I feel like I'm in more
Yes,
control in Battlefield.
I will say the sniping mechanic is better in Battlefield.
But I feel like I'm just in more control, and I'm not just like running into a room hoping to God no one's there. Like Call of Duty, I remember some of the maps where I'd like.
This is why it's gonna be fun doing this game.
Oh no, it'll be like completely enjoyable. It'll be like me and every other first guys. There's probably a guy in there. Let's.
Meanwhile, I just throw a grenade in there.
Just running in.
Send Nick first.
Throws a grenade in.
Guys, there's 3 of them in the room.
Tellio!
That's like Apex. We should watch. There's probably people on that. Nick, yep. We played PUBG the one time with your buddy, and he's like, I saw them. They're like in the woods, and I'm like, where?
Yeah, that
Cannon fodder.
And like I'm dead, and I'm like, guys, I found them. I'm like,
They're right here.
yeah.
Thanks.
It's like we knew they were there already. I said that, and it's like, I found them though. They are definite, confirmed sighting.
Got closer.
Yeah, confirmed sighting.
As of 2 minutes ago, they might have moved. They might have moved.
Confirmed sighting. I found them.
Yeah, so I've been playing a lot of Dragons and Call of Duty Modern Warfare. 'Cause
Nice.
Both of them are excellent games.
Cool.
We'll have to try that online.
Yeah,
Call of Duty's so good, guys. I remember that game.
Chris can stream it.
What?
Yeah.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, sure. I'll get right on that.
Yeah.
Really get right on that. You have the ability to
What?
just stream.
Yeah, I know.
All 4 of us do.
Yeah.
Really? We do?
Yeah, PlayStation's got a Twitch button.
Yes.
Yeah, there's a Twitch button.
He walked me through it. He can walk you
the
through it,
only
too.
problem is only one of us can be connected to
Right.
the Twitch account at one time.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
I forgot the password.
To Twitch.
Seriously?
Yeah.
How?
It's this thing.
How? I can
If
show
it
him
helps,
after.
I forgot
He
yesterday.
forgot yesterday. I'm like, do you have the chat up? Like I asked him on the thing, and I'm like, if he doesn't have the chat up, he's not going to see it. So I texted
I think
him.
I saved the key. I didn't save the password.
All right.
This,
Weird.
I think I saved the stream key. That's what it was.
All right.
I should probably save all this information somewhere.
It's
on my
in your
phone.
WhatsApp, yo. I send you
know,
everything
but
in
then,
WhatsApp.
But then we talk, and then it's somewhere.
You can search in WhatsApp, right?
Yeah, you
can?
can search.
Yes. That's how I find half the stuff.
That's why the first time I typed it to you, it was username, password.
I feel like I'm a baby boomer learning from my kids like how to
Okay.
do stuff.
So you're
Your
the millennials.
kids?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, what? We talked about
I feel
this
like
yesterday.
I don't know about this.
There were these teenagers, and one of my coworkers was talking, and one of them said, "Sauce me your snap."
What's that?
That's to give me your Snapchat information.
They said that to your teacher?
Well, no, they said it to one of
Is
the
that a
other
lingo?
other people, and this was like she does some stuff outside the school with other like teenager people, not
Okay.
elementary students, and they were sauce me your snap, and she thought it was toss me your snap, which again makes a little bit more sense. Toss me
Yes.
your snap info, like you know.
Sure.
So she's like, I'm gonna use that. Toss me your snap, and they're like, it's sauce me your snap, and I'm like, there's only one thing I know that's like sauce, and it is very inappropriate for kids that age to be talking about in front of adults. Like,
Or anyone for that matter.
well,
I'm
let's face it, at 13, it's like, you know, you're learning fun words and doing that kind of stuff, but it's like you don't
Sauce.
say it in front of
Hold on, I want to Google this.
sauce
Sauce
me
me
your
your snap.
snap.
I'm gonna Google this.
I don't even have Snap.
I don't have
Yeah.
snap. Do you want to get snap? We
No.
can snap each
I don't
other.
have Snap either, so don't worry.
I'm okay.
Your
I got Instagram. That was my step up.
That was my step up as
Yeah,
well.
I don't have that one.
I still don't even have Twitter. Well, I have a Twitter,
It
but
just
I
says
don't
I just get sauce me.
Sauce me.
Wow. No?
No.
No, that's not
I'll
the
snap
correct
you guys.
one.
I'll snap you guys. Snap.
So what's the difference between Snap and Insta?
Snapchat disappears after 10 seconds or something like
Yeah,
that.
you can't see. So it's for sending boob pics.
And then the best part is if you screenshot it,
It tells
it
you.
tells the other person that you screenshotted it.
Oh.
To prevent that. To prevent that.
And what happens if they screenshot it? Then,
Well, then it tells you that your other person screenshotted your nudes.
then you.
That's it.
That's all it tells
It's
you.
up to you what you
And then
wanna
you
do
go
from
beat them
there.
up.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sauce them. Sauce
No,
them.
that's why you're taking the screenshot.
I don't know how to. I'm not very good at Snapchat.
We know. It's like that Vine thing.
I like Vine.
Bring back Vine.
Hashtag bring back Vine. Anyways, what are you up to?
We pretty much talked about everything I've been up to.
I know. I saw you close your book, and
No,
I'm
that's nothing in there. I can remember 3 things off the top of my head.
Good for you. That's actually really impressive
that
talent.
is impressive.
Sometimes I
can't.
Sometimes I have trouble shuffling my
'Cause-
cards. So
Anthem, we played it once.
Yes, we did.
I played some Apex.
Apex
I
is
seem
good.
like I'm getting better.
Apex is
personally.
good.
You're better than me.
It's a practiced thing.
When
Those
you-
first-person games.
and you
But
really,
you
it
mean the
really
shoot-to-kill
is-
games?
The shoot-to-kill games.
The
Sorry,
shoot-to-kill
shoot-to-kill
games.
games.
It's
The
really,
shoot-to-kill
it's kind of
games.
irritating
STKs.
when you're playing with those random people when
Yeah.
they start splitting off. And it's like,
Oh yeah.
That's the worst.
what's the point?
That is
And
terrible.
they're like-
Who
you
am
know,
I following?
you know that this is a team-based game.
Yeah.
Stick together.
They don't.
Stick with the higher level guy.
They don't. That's the annoying part.
So there was a great thing on Reddit the other day. This guy made a meme out of Tropic Thunder,
Okay.
where it was like,
Excellent
we're a
already.
team, we're supposed to be sticking together, but he put like the headpieces on
Oh.
that match characters from the glasses from what's his name, the guy who can Mirage. So there's like
Oh,
Mirage's
yeah.
glasses on one, and then the healer lady's headset
yeah.
on top
Yeah.
of
Oh,
Robert
yeah.
Downey Jr. And it's like, why do we have to keep splitting it? Whatever it was. But either way, it's like, why do you keep leaving? It's like, we're a troop. And it's like, yo, I'm a troop of one or whatever it happens to be. And like, because it keeps happening.
Yeah.
Either way, he posted it to r/gaming and some like r/gaming, and they're like, we don't do that kind of stuff here. And they banned him for his like,
Meme?
for his meme. So now he's one of like the high quality GIF people. So
Oh.
he's pretty prominent in that subreddit. So now there's this nice little like underground war going on. He also got banned from r/funny. He didn't
Really?
even post to r/funny, but he got booted out of gaming,
just
so they
banned-
also banned him out of funny. And
That's
he's
pretty
like,
difficult.
That's
what?
You have to be
Yeah.
pretty stale to be booted out of.
r/funny.
r/funny,
That's
yeah.
what someone said. They're like, r/funny just doesn't want funny content. Like that's their problem. You were too funny for them.
But
No.
Yes.
No.
This game is very teamworky.
It is very teamworky.
is.
You have to, yeah.
You ping.
That's why there's pinging.
Well, that's why it was,
Fortnite just added pinging to their game.
Oh, okay.
Sue them! Sue them!
Yep.
Sue them!
Yep.
But that's why I said we on that game I had with just two of us, we stuck together.
Yep.
I think we were about the fourth last team.
Yeah.
When you stick together.
Like,
Wonderful things happen.
He
That
held
one
us
time
in
we
there.
stuck together really well because one of you carried the other.
I did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you carried both of our beacons.
We stuck together
Stuck
somehow.
together.
Different kind of stuff.
In
Stick together.
spirit.
In body.
Oh, over party chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the two games I played. And then I just watched a few more episodes of Big Mouth.
Oh, nice.
I need to get into
I don't
that
know
show.
about this show anymore.
I need to get into it, but I'm
Well, 'cause
afraid.
In the first
I know-
episode-
Close the blinds.
In the first episode, you see the teenager's penis.
Yes.
Okay.
And like whatever, it's part of the show. You don't see it anymore throughout the show. The last episode I just watched,
Yeah.
you see the girls totally naked.
Wow.
And I'm
that's-
like, I don't know if I should be watching. It
that's
feels
getting
like
to an
it's-
uncomfortable
It was
area.
a whole
Yeah.
dance and song thing, and it was like,
You feel weird watching this.
yes, very much
Yeah.
so.
I'm
How
worried.
old's
I
the
don't
character?
know.
They're all
They're all
teenagers.
teenagers. Yeah.
They're
In high
13.
school.
Yeah.
They're just starting puberty
Man, that stuff's not even allowed on
because
Reddit.
it was
Maybe they're gonna get banned.
Well, the
Maybe
episode-
Big Mouth got
Big
banned.
Mouth got banned.
the girls' viewpoint of that episode was it's a body image thing. I'm not
Yeah.
proud because some of the girls are developing, some are not, and the mom of one character is like, "Kate, let's go to this place, a Japanese spa place or
Sure.
whatever,"
Uh-huh.
and it's where women go and they are freely
Oh yeah,
Naked.
yeah, in the onsense, yeah.
and. That was the whole thing. Is she brought them in and started a song and dance with all these naked women, which was fine. But then the
But-
13-year-olds started taking off their clothes, and I'm like, that's
That's
Even
I
as a
don't know.
cartoon, that's
It's
How
weird.
rate?
That's
They
like
don't rate Netflix
child-
shows, do they?
Nope.
Or they do, but they don't.
So
No,
that's
there's yeah, they do, but they don't. There's no.
This season seems very more to the women's side of things in this.
Oh, okay.
It's well, I mean, the males are still there. 'Cause
Yeah.
The guy's dad just waxed his mustache, and in solidarity, the hormone monster shaved himself entirely. All right.
Oh, that show. Yeah, I remember the first episode where is he in a closet or something? He pops
It
out.
pops out, and
Yeah,
his buddy
it's
drops.
like- yeah.
His, I was like, "What?" And
And I was watching that upstairs, and we have a big window upstairs right in front of the TV, and I'm like, that's not what I was expecting from the show, and I'm like,
Close the blinds. Close the blinds.
because further into that episode,
Yeah.
there's a lot more. So if
one
you're
of those
uncomfortable
things,
with nudity,
yeah, if you don't know like Game
It's
of
cartoon nudity, though, right?
but see, that's the
Those are
thing
very
is how did they?
detailed.
The whole time this song is going on, I'm like, like glancing over to see like is it done? But in
Is
my
it
head,
done?
I'm like,
it's like a horror movie.
well, no, it was. It's like, how did they get away with this?
Yeah.
It's a cartoon.
Cartoon.
It's like South Park.
Not true.
Remember
Yeah.
South Park used to do that all the
Yeah.
time.
Not new like that.
No, but like they got away with racy stuff all the time.
Because it's a cartoon.
Yeah,
I
I mean,
remember
it's
old-
still
old Family
good.
Guy was like that
I'm
too.
gonna push
Yeah.
on and
Yeah.
Old Family Guy was very, very
Very.
vulgar.
I'm still gonna push on and do this show. Like,
I need to. It's like a horror
just-
movie. You just
now-
like, I don't
but
want to
no-
see it.
but
Is,
now-
is
but
the
no,
penis
now
off the
I'm-
screen yet?
no, but now I'm. It's like you said. If you see it, it's part of it, which it is.
Yeah.
There's,
That one's a weird one. Though. There's a line.
Because I know
And it's like-
we always talk about like tasteful
Yeah.
R-ratedness, and
Yes.
we
But
talk about
there
like
was a
Deadpool's
point
like
to it,
that.
'cause it's-
Logan's tasteful R-rated, but then we get stuff like
but
this.
that was there was a purpose to it,
we're
not
just
to be
crude.
ashamed of your
Yeah.
body.
Right.
Be proud of your body.
Yeah.
Yeah, the message is good. It's just the presentation.
Yeah.
It sounds like
It's a little. Yeah, but then again, that gets you thinking too. That's a
Like,
fun
I'm still gonna go through finish this
season.
the Valentine's episode.
Yeah.
I can only imagine how that Valentine's episode goes.
Everybody's just walking around naked.
But
Yeah, that sounds
the
right.
whole thing right
It's
now
actually the
is
most normal episode.
Yeah.
There's
Plot
there's
twist.
one girl in this now. I don't know, she's kind of a new character. It's actually by the Jane the Virgin. She voices it.
Oh yeah.
Where
Okay,
she has
fair.
really developed, and all the boys are just gawking at her. And it's actually funny with the news report where they went on around to everyone in school. How do you feel about her developing? And the boys are like, I
No
love
Yes.
this. I want to do things. I want to marry her boobs, not her. just the boobs.
Just the boobs.
Well, I had to laugh because university I did a kids drama course, and like children's theater.
Yeah.
So they brought in these people that go from school to school to teach about sex education and all this stuff.
Yeah.
And the guy goes off to one side and the girl comes off to the other, and they're like, okay, now you have to make like the perfect woman.
Mm.
Like, think like you did back in like grade 9.
Mm-hmm.
We're all like, she's got to be confident in herself. And like we did, we gave her all, and she's like, guys, you're not thinking like grade, and it's like, you clearly didn't know any of us in grade 9.
Yeah.
That's why we're all in a theater class, ma'am. Like, would you like us to go to the opposite end of this spectrum? Yes. And we're like, oh, you don't want us in grade 9.
No.
No, you want the other kids
The other
we knew in grade 9. Yeah.
Like I said, it has a good message
Yeah.
behind it.
That's good.
Maybe that's why it's still kind of kicking around.
It's okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's morally okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, and it's not presented in a way that's meant for you to be
Boo, boo,
doing
boo, boo, boo.
things to it. Like, that's part of it. It's
Yeah.
not
Yeah.
sexualizing. It's
It's dance around, be
This
proud
is
of your
it.
body,
Yeah.
whether it's wrinkled or not, or as they
Yeah.
put it.
yeah, wrinkled or not.
It's funny.
But yes, that's all I've done. And
Cool.
Nice.
Excellent. Cool. All right.
Cool.
If that's it, then thanks for joining us today
Yes.
on this post-credit show.
You
Join
can-
us next week.
Yes. We do it all again.
Yeah.
Same bad time.
Same great time, same
That
great
channel.
taste.
Yeah. You can check out Satisfactory and The Sims.
Go on to
I
our
think that's-
YouTube channels.
I think that's all we've found. Yeah, the YouTube has everything. The Twitch has everything.
Yep.
Mixer has nothing. So
Mixer.
uh,
On and off about Mixer.
I know.
Mixed feelings about Mixer.
Oh.
I said the thing.
Either way, thanks for joining us. Check out barrelrollnews.com. It'll lead you to every place you need to know for all of our stuff.
Yes.
All right. We'll see you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye.